What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later.
What's up, guys? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Q&A show with Q and Anton. Make sure you guys hit the like button. It's free. I know we are on a different channel today, so make sure you share with your group chats, your people, them. Share it on your community wall on YouTube. And make sure you follow all the content creators that's on this panel tonight. Be nice, chat, but we do appreciate you guys tuning in this Monday with us on this beautiful day. I know football season has started, so thank you guys for being here. But a lot has happened this weekend. But before we get into that, how are you guys doing on this panel today?
Good.
Pretty good.
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
And I do appreciate all the new people that's here. Okay, but make sure if you're wanting to join the panel, fellas, please be patient. Okay, I'm trickling new people in. Ladies, if you're wanting to join the panel, you guys have to hit me on my IG DM. Just say panel, and I will filter new men in due time. Okay. So with the little icebreaker, we're gonna start off. I don't know if you guys saw that clip that went viral of a stabbing on the bus. So we're gonna watch that little clip and then talk about it real quickly.
Authorities in North Carolina have released surveillance video of the unprovoked murder of a woman on a Charlotte commuter train.
There needs to be change.
We are not showing the attack, but moments after this video was taken, 23-year-old Irina Zarutska took a seat in front of the man on the right in the red hoodie and began scrolling on her phone. After a few minutes, police say the man identified as 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown took out a pocket knife, stood up, and stabbed Zarutska several times. Passengers rushed to help her, but it was too late.
Very alarming as a woman who rides solo. People have harassed other people. You can tell that they're probably not mentally well.
Brown was arrested after stepping off the train and faces first-degree murder charges.
I spoke to two women today about the long record of their accused attacker, how we found for the last decade he repeatedly got arrested, prosecuted, had short or reduced sentences and cases dropped. A revolving door that enabled him to be free to attack over and over again. You'll never forget that guy's face.
No. His eyes, his face, they're seared into my memory.
Ann Kearse says she identified this man, William Livingston, to police in a lineup after she was attacked in June in her Lincoln Park neighborhood along this stretch of Clark Street while she walked to a dental appointment.
He stood about this far from me and punched me and then kept walking north of me.
In the last year alone, she is the fourth person to accuse Livingston of a physical attack. He was arrested 3 other times for striking 2 women and a 15-year-old girl.
What is going on in the air? Black men attacking women nowadays. But go ahead. Anybody want to jump in first?
That's a straight demon.
It's a what?
Demon.
Which one?
The attacker.
Both of them.
To stab somebody for no reason. Like that's
So
not even.
should
like,
women be on the alert of attacks for men? Should we be scared? Should we keep an eye out regarding men in general?
I think you should always keep an eye out, be aware of your surroundings, but like especially men if you're a woman. You know what I'm saying?
How do y'all feel about the rash of the rash of attacks? Well, let me start off by saying this. There's always been a sentiment amongst women that say that they scared of men when it comes to men that's approaching them and that they deal with on a daily basis. Are women justified in saying that they fear men out and about in the wild on a regular basis, considering everything that's been going on with all of the attacks that's been happening?
In my opinion, no.
Why?
No, just because I think you have to approach people with good faith. And if you're too quick to judge a book by its cover, you may misjudge that person. So I think it's just important to be aware of your surroundings. And yeah, like women should be aware of both women and men because anybody can attack you. But that's just my thoughts.
I don't let my wife go out by herself at nighttime. I'm just being real. Like we live in a world now where it's so easy to be taken advantage of. And especially with women, I think that they have the false sense that everything's going to be safe and everything's going to be okay because of feminism. And now we're starting to see it that in broad daylight on a train or whatever, someone can get stabbed up and nobody on the bus does anything. That's what's really troublesome to me is nobody did anything. But
did you not hear the part where they said they did help? But at the same time, are you willing to put your life in danger? If somebody's stabbing somebody, are you finna jump in front of that knife?
I guess if we really care about Black women, yeah. Me personally, not, because I'm not gonna be on the train. I'm gonna be in my car.
Well, let's put it in perspective. They didn't help. It was somebody that tried to help the woman after, it was one person that tried to help the woman as far as whatever. But when he was walking around the train and stuff, everybody was still minding their business and in their phone, and they wasn't paying no attention to what was going on or paying attention to anything that happened in the back of the train. I don't want to show the video, but it was blood all over the floor and everything like that, and everybody was still just kind of chilling. But one of the next
it's the bystander effect. Everybody know bystander effect? Everybody thinks that somebody else is going to do something, so you don't do anything.
I thought they said that people didn't even notice it until he started walking like in the car, and then blood was kind of like dripping because they showed the video where blood was dripping, and that's when people noticed it. And then when they noticed it, the guy came back to kind of help.
The fact that nobody got up and helped, that's the bystander effect. That's just a psyche. People think, oh, somebody got stabbed. Everybody else thinks that somebody is going to stand up. So you just stand by and let somebody else do it. As far as the question where it goes, should be women in general be afraid to get out the house? That's unrealistic. I think that we should, everybody, regardless if you male or female, you should be aware of your surroundings, especially women. But in that situation, you're on a subway. You can't help where you are, and some psycho just attacked you. How can you prevent
that? So I played two different clips.
Yeah.
Right, the first clip was the woman that got stabbed on the train. The second clip was the woman that's getting punched out in Chicago. All right, just want to make sure that there's two different clips. So when y'all speaking to it, speak on both clips. Both of the people look the same.
Mm-hmm. Both of the people look the same. It's not but either both the clips show somebody in an environment that they can help it. The woman that got punched in the face in Chicago, she was just going to work. She was on the subway going to work. You can't help going to work. Some cycle came. The other clip was on a train. Both of the women were in normal places to work or to go about their business. They didn't put themselves in danger. They were just in a place in time where, unfortunately, that happened to them.
And that's why I asked the question: should women be more scared?
I don't think women should be more. I don't think women should be more scared. I think they should just be more aware of their surroundings, just be more aware of the people that they're around, the environment that they're in. Like you said, the woman couldn't help that she had to go to her route and work, but she could help where she sat on that bus. She was oblivious to the whole thing. Actually, I watched the morning show this morning, so I already seen both of those clips. And realistically, like the lady wasn't aware of anything. She couldn't even hear if somebody was screaming fire. She listening to Adele or something. Like you got to be more aware of what you're doing and where you're out, where you are. If you're getting on public transportation, you have to know that there's going to be some people that's on public transportation they probably ain't no good for you to be around them. So you probably want to stay away from them. That's what it's really boiled down to, in my opinion.
So you want her to stay away. What about the other people? The other scenario. That guy attacked 3 other people. Did y'all hear that part?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't speaking about that. I wasn't speaking about that particular one because I was addressing what Carmen just said. But as far as the guy in Chicago, man, like I said, I watched the morning show, so I'm kind of like I already kind of soaked in what Anton said about it, and I 100% agree, man. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, first and foremost, that man shouldn't even be allowed to be out on the street roaming like that. Like, he'd been arrested 20 times prior to this incident even happening. And
I didn't know that.
So like that's or 14 times. I'm sorry. I misquoted the number, but plenty of times he's been arrested plenty of times for the same action. Whatever happened to the 3-strike rule? Now, I can't say that those people wasn't in the right place at the right time, or they just had to be aware of the surroundings. But I would say, I mean, like Anton did say again, they both look alike. So it's a situation where if you see a person that kind of resembles a person that you might want to look out for that.
So should we be scared? So should women look out more for black men? Is that what we're saying?
No, that's
not necessarily the black man, but a black man that carries himself a certain way for sure.
Wait, what's a certain type of way? Like,
I mean,
one had long dreads. So we saying dreads? Is that what we're saying?
Looking crazy.
See, I myself have dreads or locks, and I understand the bias or the stereotype that comes with it. So
that's why.
I personally understand the stereotype that comes with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm also a 6'4" male, so I also understand the stereotype that comes with that. So with everything, there comes a stereotype that we have to understand that, like, yeah, you got to kind of be aware of it. You can't just cast a stone and say, yeah, that person is that. You can't say that for sure, but you can have that idea. And until that person proves you otherwise, you have to put whatever guards you have to put up.
I think we always stereotype. I think everybody to some degree stereotypes. I live in a city where I'm going to say black guys, because it's mostly the young black guys for sure. Their aesthetic is black clothes, black skinny jeans with a black hoodie in the summertime with a ski mask on. This just happened to me on Sunday. I was out with my boyfriend. We were driving and he had got out of the car really fast. And I'm over here looking around because when he gets out of the car, I'm kind of like the one really looking around as well. Like, that's just what I do. So he's out, my boyfriend's standing outside of the car, and I'm looking behind him and I see this young dude with that exact outfit on walking kind of behind him. He looks over at us and I say, yeah, I think it's time to go. And he's like, because he's confused. He's like, why? And I say, it's time to go. And so when he gets in the car, I tell him, like, that's profiling, but I think it's necessary. Do I know if the young dude was up to no good? No, but can I kind of assume that you wearing a hoodie in the summertime when it's hot outside in Atlanta, Georgia with a black ski mask on? Yeah, I'm just going to always be alert. So even if I'd rather be safe than sorry. So scared, no. Alert, yes. Like, that's just my.
Last time I checked, that wasn't just for YNs or black men to wear. Like, I feel like we're making statements based on. I'm a little bit confused because I didn't know, like, wearing hoodies and skinny jeans was just something on the young black people.
Summertime.
No, it's a certain way.
It's
a specific. Yeah, you gotta understand. It's not just saying that specific gene.
Like, in Atlanta, it's literally that's like a thing. Like, I don't know, it might be everywhere, it might be different nationalities, cool. But in Atlanta, that's a known thing. My friend has a son who's 18 years old, and I remember him trying to go out of the house with that exact aesthetic in the summertime on, and I had to tell him, like, you're gonna get profiled. That's almost like you're asking to get profiled. Like, don't wear that. First of all, Second of all, why do you have on a ski mask when there's no snow here? Like, come on now. Like, I'm not saying it's
so only black people profiled,
huh?
Or
Everybody
is
gets
being
profiled.
Wait. When did this become a black thing?
Because we're making it about black men.
No, it just so happened to be black men that attacked the women that was on the train. Yeah. It's not that we're making it about them. That's who attacked them.
But I have a question. That was part of the question, though. I want to say that maybe Q asked, should we fear black men?
No, the question is at the bottom. It ain't say nothing about black honey.
I think I said black men.
I didn't get that. I thought the question was, as a woman, should you be more overly cautious?
But see, this just tells you
versus as a man. So that's what I thought.
Nope, this just automatically tells you where her mind is at. Is that first of all, it automatically goes to the victim Olympics, which we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that in the next question. It automatically go to the victim Olympics because nobody had asked any question about black men in particular, but it automatically goes to the victim Olympics.
Yes,
And secondly, what it tells me is that you are inherently scared of black men. In reality, you trying to justify it by saying, oh, we don't want to stereotype, but in reality, your mind automatically went there for a reason. And the real question is, I wonder why.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Anton. I did say black men. That was definitely me.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna take accountability.
And so just to clarify it though, gorgeous, like I ain't gonna fake because it's white dudes that dress the same way, and I say the same thing about them. I'm gonna say the same thing.
Wait, but I have a question though. When we see these incidents happening, let's just be honest. What race of men are doing these incidents?
All races.
We're seeing overwhelmingly black men do it.
I've seen white men do that. I've definitely seen white men doing that.
White men doing it a little different.
I've been seeing white men do that.
Question.
I just feel like if we can say like white men are typically the ones that, I don't know if we can say shooter schools, but if we can say they do that, why can't we say it's kind of obvious that black men might do certain things? Not all. It doesn't have to mean all, but what a stereotype. We have stereotypes for a reason. Like stereotypes are a thing for a reason. So we can.
Well, let's not focus on that yet because we're gonna get to that on the next question. But I guess the thing is, just from a woman and a man perspective, are women justified in feeling a level and experiencing a level of fear because they fear that men will attack them or hurt them in these type of environments or situations?
I would say yes. I think it's something that's very unfortunate, but women have to deal with catcalling on the daily. Women have to deal with being sexually harassed. Women have to deal with just overall fear. A lot of men are a lot stronger than women. And then going out, you could turn a man down. He'll shoot you. He'll beat you up. You could be walking by. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons to fear men in general. And then oftentimes I've realized a lot of men don't take no for an answer. They don't. So is that not a valid reason to live in fear? I'm not saying live in fear, and I definitely think you need to be alert. But yes, I do think that it is fair to have a certain level of fear when going out the house, especially if you're a woman who's pretty attractive. You have it even double, in my opinion.
I partially agree with Jazz. I think that women should be overly cautious because, yes, we do get catcalled, we do get overly, yes, but is that a reason to just fear men in general? No, because we all have a father, a brother, whoever, who is the male species, and it's not that. But yes, I do agree with the fact that as a female, you should be overly aware of your surrounding, but don't hate men for it. Somebody did something bad to you, just happened to be male. But that doesn't give you an excuse to hate all men, which I don't think that's what Jess was saying. I'm just saying that we should be overly cautious. Yes.
All I
What does
know
that look
is
like?
my
Like,
Bible
what does that
says.
actually mean?
What does what look like? I'm sorry, what?
What does overcautious mean? Like, how does that manifest in the real world?
Overly cautious, as in, for example, you go into
Like what Brittany said.
the parking lot, whatever. You leave your car in the parking lot, right? instead of you being on your phone as a woman, you kind of be around your surroundings. You might want to carry your keys in between your knuckles just in case somebody pops out and you can, jab them. Something like that. Something simple as that. So yes, I do think as a woman, you should be overly cautious. Do not park your car in an alley, or do not walk by yourself in an alley. Don't run at dark. It's just like that.
I'm kind of confused, right? I'm kind of confused because let's just say, for example, you go into a parking garage and you're super aware or whatever, and you see, I'm gonna say Jay because he got dreads. You see Jay inside of the parking garage. Inside of the parking garage, right? As aware as you are, what makes you think that you can stop him from doing anything to you that he want to do to you in the first place?
Fact. So is that not a valid reason to have some fear that answers the question you asked?
No, I'm asking her a question. I'm asking all of y'all a question. When it comes to being situationally aware, does that change anything as far as whatever want to be happening to you is going to happen to you? The ladies that got punched in Chicago, they got punched walking down the street downtown in the daytime. No alley, no nothing. The lady that just got on the train, the Ukrainian refugee that was just on the train, she was on the train with 20 other people on there. Wasn't by herself, wasn't late at night, wasn't in a dark alley. So I guess what I'm asking is, does it make a difference? Do you just, because I believe that most people want to feel a certain type of way, doesn't necessarily mean that they are whatever it is. You want to feel safe, don't mean that you are. We don't want to stereotype, but it don't mean that you don't have a sense of fear when you see a group of people that's walking down the street that seems like that they up to no trouble. They haven't did anything yet, but it don't mean that you're not going to start being a little bit more careful. Jess is saying don't stereotype, but then at the same time, y'all saying be situationally aware. How can you be situationally aware of what's going to happen to you possibly if you don't stereotype?
I'm a stereotype.
That's impossible, honestly.
I stereotype. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was asking, how can you not profile and still be situationally aware? That's a part of what profiling is, I thought.
I think because people are living on the internet instead of reality. They've been told that by judging people or looking at a situation and thinking of it factual, that they're evil or racist or sellouts or whatever. So I think people are just caught up in the internet, but you can't get stabbed on the internet. So people step out in the real world and they say they're self-aware and all these other things, but they're living in their phone, they're living on the internet, and they don't know how to carry themselves or conduct themselves. I don't want to make it about sex and all the other stuff, but I would ask, where were their husbands or where were their men in those situations to protect them? Why were they walking alone? If you know the crime rates, if you know these areas, why do you have your lady out there walking alone by herself? Why aren't you giving her a ride? Why is she in that position?
In the daytime?
In the daytime. It's just
Is a man supposed to be with his wife 24/7? What if I want to go to Target or Lululemon?
No, but what about
or
women
go get
who are
some
just
tampons?
generally and single? So if you're not married or have a man, you are a single woman out here, you can't go out. You can't go out your house because,
or even married women. They're always with their
crazy.
husband.
No,
I mean,
you don't have one, so single women can't go out.
That's being self-aware. That's being self-aware. If you know you don't have a man to protect you, why do you want to go out?
Women should minimize their screen time when they're out in the world, right? She got attacked because one, she wasn't situationally aware, and then her head was in her phone. I'm pretty sure those women who got, I'm pretty sure those women who got
Chicago though.
I'm pretty sure the woman who got punched was in their phone too, walking.
She was sitting in front of him though, so even if she was looking up, she still would have got stabbed. He was behind of her.
Yeah, she didn't get attacked because she was doing anything wrong. Listen, it can only be one person in the back.
And I think there was somebody already there. One
person in the back. Everybody else got to be in the front of the person that's in the back.
Yeah.
So I don't know what y'all like. Come on, man. Y'all can't say that she got attacked because she did anything wrong. That's not normal. You're not supposed to get stabbed on the fucking in your neck.
It's
on the
not
train.
normal, but some people can be at the wrong place at the wrong
Like there are
time.
there are places that you go in the world that has zero crime. You can leave your car unlocked. All of this stuff. We've been conditioned to believe this because we've normalized what motherfuckers is doing that's wrong.
Yeah.
Like this is not this ain't normal. Like
to
people
hang
should
out
be
in
able
hoods.
to
That's the
walk
problem.
around. People should be able to walk around and not get fucking killed.
So if she would have sat in the back of the bus, do you think she would have had the same outcome?
Probably.
She could have.
That
He
nigga had
looked
a
like
knife on for a reason. That nigga did you see it? Like he just
Yeah, I
was
saw
like,
it.
he just opened up the knife and just started stabbing. That's it.
I think
That
it
was
could have been
it.
anybody. It could have been, I think, someone sitting in that, because the way she got on, it was like that was the first available seat, so she just sat down. I think that could have been a man who sat down, and I think the outcome would have probably still been the same thing. I think something was just off with him. I don't know if it was because it was a woman, because I don't know if you guys could see, but sitting across from him, I think it was a black woman sitting across from him. I think it was who sat in front of him, whoever it would have been. I think that was the issue. Clearly something was off with him. I don't think women should be afraid walking around every day. I think we've always should have been on alert. I think we always should be on alert. I think even if you have covering, have a husband, have a man, I think that they can't be with you 24/7. That other lady was going to work. I'm sure her husband or her man, if she had one, was probably at work. So I think they said in the video, the girl getting on the bus was coming from work. So you got to get around. No one can be around you 24/7.
Exactly.
But I just simply think that it was because something was off with the guy. She sat down at the first available seat, and whoever sat there, I think he was going to do what he wanted to do. That's just what I think.
From what the guy's
guy-
mother said, he was schizophrenic. So he had some mental health issues that
I
were
don't
going
believe
on.
none of that shit.
Hey, nah, but hey, Anton,
But
so
I'm not justifying
So,
his
Anton, you
actions by any
remember-
means, but his
remember-
mother
I
did
ain't
come out
going
and
for
say
none of
that.
Like I'm tired of everybody having ADHD. I'm tired of everybody all of a sudden getting
ADHD is
schizophrenic.
when
Everybody
you first watched the
crazy because
video,
we used to just say that he had the devil in him. That's what my grandma was saying.
Yeah.
Hey, I agree. I
so
agree,
when you
but I'm
watched the
just
video
saying.
the first time, did you not see they zoomed in on
was
him
talking
in the bus? He was talking to us, so
He
he looked like
was.
he was like going through something crazy. So
He
I
was.
mean, I don't know. He might have had a
it's
mental
called the
disorder. I ain't gonna
devil.
say. But yeah, he.
I mean, he
was
clearly had a
cold.
demonic spirit in him, but I'm just
But
saying what his
let me
mother
ask you
or
this.
he was
No,
just a killer.
So to go back to what our point was, though, if she would have, if she got on that bus and looked around at everybody on that bus and seen him over there slumped like that, do we think she would have sat in front of him? Nah,
Bro,
she probably
think
wouldn't.
about
She
what you're
probably
saying.
wouldn't.
Think about what you're saying. Think about what you're saying, bro.
Being alert,
This
being
chick,
alert.
let's really put it in perspective because we really not taking this into consideration. Trump said this the other day, and it went over everybody's head because they so busy trying to protest, and they don't even know what they protesting. He said, bro, in some of these war-torn countries and stuff like that, when you look at the murder rate and you look at the culture and you look at how things are going, you're safer in some of these places than you are in some of our major cities and some of these urban cores. And that's the truth because the girl was a Ukrainian refugee. She came over to America to escape Ukraine and got bludgeoned on a fucking train.
It's terrible.
Because
That's
she was
insane,
like
bro.
this in her
Yeah.
phone.
I mean,
That
there's
is
no
insane.
excuse. We should be safer here in America. There's no excuse for that. And
You-
so
Yeah, but we know that
obviously
we
we
have
need
a-
to get things under control.
But first, we already still got to figure out how to deal with this homeless issue because he looked like he could have been one of them guys that would have
we
been
not
rounded
going
up
for
in
it.
Nah, he
DC.
didn't look homeless. You
Nah,
think
he
it was
looked
He
like
was. He did look homeless to me.
He looked like he
His
was
hair
homeless.
was
He looked like he
matted
didn't
up.
sleep on that bus.
Y'all
lot of
are
Rastas be
really
having-
making excuses.
I'm not
Bro,
making
He needs to be
excuses.
in
because
jail.
you're
They said
homeless.
No, it's no
He
he
excuse
was
for what
arrested
he
a couple
did.
of
Because
times.
you're homeless does not justify doing fucking killing people.
It's not
Exactly.
excusing what he did. It's saying that, well, if she would have been more situational. So the question is,
There's
should
no
women be
if she
alert of
would've.
attack? The question
No,
is,
I
should
think-
women be more on alert? So if she was more on alert, maybe this would have happened a completely
They
different way.
couldn't
Yes,
help her
he would
situation.
have done this to somebody else, in which we can talk about that. But the question is, should women be on alert of attacks from men? She was not alert of what she was stepping into. She was not alert where she sat down on the bus, and this is the outcome of it happening. I'm not excusing him for doing that, and I'm not absolving her of anything. I'm not saying she's wrong for that. I'm just saying, yes, the question is this. So we're answering, people need to be more alert. Yes, you need to stereotype people. Yes, you need to profile people. If she would have done these things, she probably would have sat in the front or somewhere else, not in front of that man.
To answer your question, yes, I do think that women in general should be more alert. Now, what happened in this situation, it could have happened to anybody, regardless she's a female or a male. So to answer your question, should women be more careful? Absolutely. Yes.
I think it happened to her because she's not from America.
But because this person, it could have happened to anyone.
No, it doesn't.
You
I'm
think
gonna
it
tell you
happened to
this.
anyone?
I'm gonna tell you this. Usually attacks happen on the most vulnerable, and that's just a fact. It's less likely. Listen, that guy, the second video where the guy was punching out chicks, I think he's already punched out like over 15 different women, like over the years. He's not targeting men. He's not targeting guys. He's not guys that wind up getting caught up in a situation. Usually, most instances, it's somebody that you know or victim of circumstance, somebody trying to, you know what I'm saying, breaking your car, whatever, right? It's a clash, but men inherently understand that if you are going at another man, it is a strong possibility that it may not go your way, or you may get injured or hurt you know what I'm saying, as a result of it. Usually crime is a crime of opportunity. And when women are, and it's just the facts, women are bigger targets, younger people are bigger targets, children are bigger targets, people that do heinous crimes like this, it usually does not happen to just men in mass. It doesn't. It usually is women or more vulnerable targets.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why taking self-defense classes could be helpful for women. But Antoine, I am curious, do you think that this happened because she was a white woman, or do you think that she just happened to be there?
Which video? The first one?
The first video.
Nah, I just think that he a monster.
Mm-hmm.
You think there would have been a bigger uproar if it was a black woman?
I think if what, the black woman would have been the one that got attacked?
Mm-hmm. The one that died.
because it was a black man. If it was a white man and it was a black woman, then it would have been a bigger problem.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Anything that a white person does, even if it's not race related, it could be gender related. It could be because you're just a vulnerable person. That's automatically going to translate into, you know what it is. Mm-hmm. We all know what it is. It's going to be.
So are we saying just because we are women are automatically the most vulnerable person? Women and kids.
You are.
Mm-hmm. We are. So we're vulnerable just by being a woman, which I agree with. But one of them was a punch. The other one was a stab.
But one of them was a punch where he punched her lights out and put her in the hospital. And it's not the first person. And he's been arrested like 15 times. And he keep getting out. Mm. Like, I don't know what kind of target y'all want to make yourselves, but
so embarrassing. This is so fucking embarrassing. I don't know what the fuck.
What is going on over here?
I removed her. I don't think she knew she was off mic.
Oh shit. Anyways, aside from shit being fucking embarrassing, I mean, that's some real shit. Sometimes it do get embarrassing. But, life be embarrassing sometimes. But no, I do think that women, I don't know, I think y'all should be a lot more afraid of what's happening out here. I do.
I mean, we are
I know that y'all don't want to be. I know that everybody, I am woman, hear me roar. I know all of that shit, but I think that y'all should be afraid, honestly.
I mean, we are the weaker vessel, so I can see your point there. I just try not to live my life in fear because I know that God hasn't given me the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. But awareness and definitely being prepared is important, because I went to DC back in January for Trump's inauguration celebrations. I hate that I didn't get to see you there, Anton, because I wanted to meet you. First of all, I love your show. Thank you. We actually have a mutual friend, April Chapman, by the way.
Oh, shout out to April.
Yeah, shout out to April. But anyways, I was there and I was on the metro, and my family and I were just going to the grocery store, and we saw this man who looked like he could have been an illegal alien or immigrant. He was just sitting there. He had some liquid coming out of his right pocket. I didn't see that at the time, but he was staring at me. I'll never forget his face because he had a scar on his like right cheek or something. And he just kept looking at me. Keep in mind, I'm from Oklahoma, born and raised. So I'm not used to being on a metro. And so he's staring right at me. He gets up every stop. He's stretching. Next thing you know, we get to the 5th stop. Our stop was the 7th stop. He gets up, pulls out a knife, and takes it off with his sleeve and is about to attack us. Thank God we were able to run out of the metro before anything happened. But I do think that it's very important. I say that all to say it's very important for women to be aware of their surroundings. So I can see what you mean when you say that we should be a little bit afraid. I just choose not to use that language because I don't operate like that, but I see your point.
Do y'all think that women are willing to learn from men when it comes to being more situationally aware? Because most of the women that I've talked to in my life, and I try to tell them like, hey, don't involve yourself in that situation. Don't go out with this guy. This seemed kind of shady. They don't really listen. So where do women even learn self-awareness from, or like situational awareness?
From men. Men, I think, are good teachers when it comes to that. And so I think women need to be more open to hearing men's perspective on these issues, because let's face it, men are just more aware naturally. When you go to a restaurant, who's usually the one who is looking for the exits first? It's going to be a man. Who wants to make sure that they're seeing the whole restaurant? It's usually a man. It's not a woman. So I think that we could learn a lot, and that's why we've got to learn to work together.
Not these new guys. It's different nowadays. I don't know. It's a different group of guys out here. Y'all in partnerships now.
But when does it stop?
I don't believe in that mess now.
Y'all in partnerships.
But when does it stop, y'all? Like, we can be overly cautious. We're women. We are, yes, more vulnerable. But when does it stop? We can do everything that's right, and yet something bad happens to us, even though we did everything right. So when does it stop?
It doesn't.
We just got to be on high alert every single day?
Yes.
Okay. Well, damn.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I just think that I don't know, man. I think that y'all have been very lenient with what's going on in culture and in society today. And with us telling everybody that we shouldn't profile and all of this stuff, I think that has led to this environment, because everything is weaker now. He never should even, in my opinion, that guy should have never even been out of jail. He should have never been out of prison. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree.
We have advocated for freedom and no bail and unjustly locking people up and eliminating stop and frisk in New York and all of these places and all of this stuff. And now when we trying to correct it and say that we need to get tougher on crime and stuff like that, it's difficult because, now we got to re-put back in what was in place now that they've allowed for y'all to see how things are when y'all have the freedom to choose for yourself. And you got people like this riding on a train. You got guys punching chicks out. You got all kind of stuff that's happening. And the ones that's going to suffer the most are the ones that's the most vulnerable. It's just the truth. You're much more likely to suffer from it than I ever will.
Yeah, it's true. This is kind of the result of modern feminism, if we're honest with ourselves.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It 100% is. And so women said that I'm tough. I don't need you, all of this stuff. And I'm going to tell you, it's not even all guys. Monsters see y'all as food.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are the monsters are going to see you as a target.
I don't think profiling works as a public policy, though. I think it could work on a personal level. I don't think that it works as a public policy.
And explain it to me. Give me an example.
So like if I profile somebody like that dude and I'm wrong about him, I can just go about my way. But if you profile somebody as a police officer and you get it wrong, that could be on social media, that could be all over the place. So then that
what's the worst case scenario? You profile them, you get it wrong, and then what?
Me personally, or like if I was a public police officer?
No, in your example.
So if I profile somebody and I get it wrong, I get to go home safe, most likely.
But what happens to them? If you profile them, you frisk them, you check their pockets, and let's say for example, you don't find nothing on them. Then what?
Well, I think what it does is it creates tension within the community, and then people that wouldn't otherwise act in an aggressive way, they may feel like their rights are being violated and things like that.
Fuck about your race. Fuck your rights.
That's why.
You know how they cleaned up New York City? Stop and frisk, profiling.
Doesn't
you know how they catch serial killers? Profiling.
New York.
They're not catching these serial killers. Every documentary, this dude done killed 37 people, and they don't know where he lives.
But how did they eventually catch him?
Because he slip up and do something ignorant. Jeffrey Dahmer, the cop pulled him over and body in his car.
Because that they've created profiling. They literally went and talked to other serial killers in order to develop profiling. How did they get this way? What are they going to be their next target? How is it more likely for them to catch
patterns?
How do you think that they know that serial killers often revisit the crimes within a certain time frame in order for them to be able to get back off on whatever it is that they did? They profiled by talking to other people that then did the same thing, and then they gave them the insight on what it is that they do and what their mindset is so that they can look for it. And when they spot certain things and certain characteristics, profiling is me seeing a nigga walk down the street with a Pooh Shiesty mask on and not giving that nigga the benefit of the doubt, but deciding that I want to lock my doors, turn my car around, and go the other way.
Right.
That is what profiling is. Profiling is me looking at this environment and saying, man, it's one way in and it's one way out. That's the reason why they call it the trap. It's one way in and it's one way out. And it's a strong possibility because I know that most instances, they don't shoot up the hold down. It usually is not a confrontation where niggas is shooting up the hold down. Usually it's an environment where it's a bunch of young people under the age of 26 that's partying hard, and somebody gonna step on somebody's shoes and somebody gonna get offended. And profiling is I'm safer not going to that environment, and that's the reason why they created 40 and up, whole events. Profiling is if I live in this particular neighborhood where they pay their property taxes, or if I raise the price, that I then eliminate somebody else from being able to get in there that don't necessarily care about their properties. All of it, what we do in life, in my opinion, is profiling. And what profiling and stereotyping does is it keeps you safe and it keeps you alive.
But profiling as an individual is different when you have power versus you don't have power.
It absolutely doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You know how we catch so many illegal migrants? Is because we look and we see if they standing in front of Home Depot. We profile them.
That's one example, but in other examples you see.
So is that justified or no?
I think on a certain level that yes, you have to profile in order to do certain things.
So you telling me that it's justified when it comes to them, but it's not justified when it comes to other cultural norms?
No, I'm saying profile across the board is just going to have consequences. Like you're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
We get them deported, we keep our streets safe, and we keep criminals locked up.
If you don't want to be profiled, then look appropriate when you go out, and then that solves the problem.
Listen,
as far as profiling,
I don't. You know why I don't care about being
what's appropriate?
You know why I don't care? No,
presentable.
Get stopped by the police because I'm not doing anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
the more that I reinforce when you pull up to my car and you stop me and I got my license, registration, insurance, and I don't have any illegal substances inside of my car and I don't have no warrant for my arrest, the more that I reinforce the other side of I get rid of the stereotype a little bit more in the mind of a person because now their experience with me is a lot more positive.
But we have to be realistic about what happens in some of these neighborhoods. In some neighborhoods, they're pulling up, cussing at people. They're pulling up. They're a little more aggressive.
Why
they
are
may
they
not
more
just pull
aggressive?
up and ask for license and
Why are they more aggressive?
Because
they're selling drugs on the block.
Because they've been met with aggression, and they know that you can't deal. No, it's the truth, and they know that
you spoke on stop and frisk, cleaning up New York. I grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. We had something called TNT. Right, Tuesday. I'm 38.
Okay,
they got something called TNT. Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you got caught in a Chinese restaurant, you could just be ordering food. You're going to jail. It don't matter. You're going to jail. Now I've been stopped and frisked about 5 times. Now sometimes
hold on, wait. Let me just make sure that I understand what you're saying. If you're ordering food in a Chinese restaurant on Tuesdays or Thursdays, by default, you're going to jail.
You're going to jail. You're going to the precinct. Absolutely. You're going to the precinct. And back to
at that Chinese restaurant, like consistently to where they even were targeting that Chinese restaurant. I'm just asking.
No, what was your question?
I'm saying, was there like crime happening at that Chinese restaurant consistently to where they're always pulling up?
It was drugs being sold in a 2-block radius, and that was the closest.
Oh, okay. Wait.
But,
so you didn't want to add that part of the conversation, though.
No, but wait, back to what Fritz said. It creates, like, if you get arrested when you're not even doing nothing, it creates that tension between the regular citizen, the average guy, and the what they call it, law enforcement. You feel me?
Wait a minute, let me ask you a question. So y'all are familiar with the fact that it's drugs being sold in that 2-block radius, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you know not to be caught up in some stuff.
But see, here's the funny thing. They know who's selling the drugs. They know the trap house, right? But every Tuesday and Thursday they raiding King Food. If you caught in there after 7 when they go in there,
but you see how you changed it. You see how you just changed it?
How I changed it.
At first, you was leading us to believe just by being outside at that time that you're getting arrested. Now you didn't add in until now that they were raiding the place, right? They're raiding the place because there's drugs and activity in the community that's not conducive for the community. You're adding in the details later.
You misunderstood. They're not raiding the Chinese restaurant. No, they didn't. They're not raiding. They not listen. Hear me out, Anton. They're not raiding the Chinese restaurant like the back. If you're in the Chinese restaurant, they coming in, pulling you out, lining you up, taking you to jail.
Cool.
So why you don't do delivery?
I don't listen. First of all, I don't believe that. I don't.
You don't believe that?
No, I don't.
That was Giuliani in New York, bro.
Going in there, they pulling you out, they lining you up, and then they checking you and frisking you. When they find this shit on you, then you going to jail.
No, you're going to the precinct up the block, right? The precinct was 2 blocks up. You're going to the precinct. You're going to jail, and if you ain't got nothing, or they're gonna try to what they call it, interrogate you or whatever. If you don't know nothing, they letting you go. But you're going to the precinct regardless.
So you're going home though, right?
You're going home.
Okay, cool. My point is that if it wasn't no drugs and all of this stuff in the community, then we wouldn't have any problem with rape.
They know.
No. I know how y'all niggas operate. Y'all believe in no snitching. You know where it is. And so you don't feel like helping the police clean up the community. And so you want to make sure that you outside. So Anton, you can say, hey man, get your hands off me. Man, what you doing?
They know who got it. You know how I know they asking for the nigga by name. So they know who got it. They know where he stay. Why they won't just raid the dude's house?
Man, you know where the drugs is. You know what got nothing, bro.
Nah, you ain't got nothing.
You want to play the game.
You answer one question, it leads to more questions. No,
you know where to be. Listen, I knew where the Ray-Bans was gonna be. I knew if you went on Cherry Lawn between 8 Mile and Norfolk, it's a strong possibility that you walk into the corner store at the wrong time, that you're gonna be in the Ray-Ban.
Right.
You know the whole block gonna get swept up. This ain't nothing new. If you lived in that community and you lived in that neighborhood, you knew what streets to go down and what streets to stay away from. Why y'all acting like y'all don't know?
That's a fact.
So you know better.
Yeah, but like, yo, you lose track of time. You've been playing ball all day. You need that 4 chicken wings, pork fried rice. You're going to get that real quick.
You gotta have that Chinese. Gotta have that Chinese food.
Gotta get it real quick.
Yeah, y'all see, and this is the thing. Y'all playing games, and I can't wait till the National Guard roll up in y'all communities. When the National Guard went to DC, everybody for some reason knew not to do some shit that they wasn't supposed to do all of a sudden.
I mean,
right.
Is there a difference between stereotyping your environment or stereotyping people? Because so far, everybody is stereotyping is the environment. Okay, so you're in an environment where everybody goes to just because a black person sits up to you or sits next to you, is that bad? Or are you stereotyping based on the environment? You go into a gas station at 11, 12, midnight, whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm not supposed to be out here. So is there a difference? Stereotyping your environment versus stereotyping the people?
I do both.
Stereotype both. You ain't about to pull up to certain gas stations at 12 o'clock in the morning.
Well, why? That's stereotyping.
Because
exactly.
You got to stereotype nowadays.
No, y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. That is profiling.
I'm doing that too.
Okay, profile is stereotyping. You profile the environment, you profile the person. Which one?
Why y'all not cool with pulling up in certain environments expecting to be able to get y'all gas?
Because
we know the environment.
Oh, you already know. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're not stopping in Brownsville to get no gas or go to the corner store at 11, man. We stay out of Brownsville. Everybody know that. You stay out of Brownsville.
And everybody know that the Ray-Ban was coming over to the King Foods.
King Foods was the spot though. Like you ain't no George. George used to hook it up, man. I'm telling you, you had to be there, bro.
But you could have went on Mondays or Wednesdays instead of Tuesdays.
True. But yo, like you said, I did start getting Ming to deliver the food. You feel me? Like after you get sent to the precinct 3-4 times, you like, all right, bet. Let me not, you know what I'm saying? But like,
how would you get the food delivered?
Huh? You call.
And then the actual people that work for the restaurant is the ones that delivered the food?
She come right on the bike. And since I'm right there, she'll walk.
So you knew how to get around it and you still was
yeah, but you know,
how many times you get arrested?
Well, from the raid 5. But other times,
5 times.
You didn't know how to do no better. You kept getting arrested.
I'm talking about. I didn't think I was going to jail. I was only like 15. You feel me? So it was like
you wasn't smart enough as a 15-year-old after the second time of getting arrested.
I wasn't aware that TNT was a thing until I got in it, and they telling you every Tuesday, every Thursday we going in here. Oh, so that's what it is.
What was you selling?
I wasn't selling anything.
You had to be.
No, I wasn't.
If you in the same block doing the same thing over and over again, you got to be one of the.
Bro, I was a nerd, bro. I was a nerd.
A nerd
bro.
on the block?
Yeah.
Getting arrested 5 times?
What we did? Yeah, what we did was chill on the stoop.
Nerds be inside.
Nah, we don't be inside. We don't be inside all the time. We don't be inside all the time. When the spring weather start hitting and the fall weather start hitting, we on the stoop, macking with the shorties walking by. You know what I mean? Playing
you got arrested 5 times and you didn't do nothing
like
different.
On everybody
nah.
Getting arrested again. What'd your mama say when she got you out? Because you were juvenile, and so that means that you got to get your.
I had a stricter curfew. I had to be in the house by 9.
Is that the first or the 4th time?
That was after the last time. I had to be in the house by 9.
So the first 5 times she just kept getting you out.
She didn't have to get me out. They just let me out after a while.
You realize how crazy this is?
But that's what it was.
It took you 5 times.
How crazy it is on your part.
What's crazy about it?
You went back to the same spot. You got arrested 5 times.
Yo, it's literally 800 feet from my house. Like I didn't think I was going to just walk into the corner. I'm going to get arrested until you figure out that the police. Hold on, but wait, you think it's like a one-time thing or something happened? It's the hood. Niggas get shot. Huh?
I know it wasn't a one-time thing with you. It happened 5 times.
Nah, what I'm saying is you had to figure out the pattern, bro. You feel me? When I realized they're gonna raid the Chinese spot, that's the spot they going. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna do that. You think it's like a 1-2 time thing, or When they know they arrested you before and you ain't have nothing, they catch you, you ain't got nothing, they still taking you. Come on, man.
No, you wanted to be in the streets and you wanted to be a little YN. You wanted to be a YN. You wanted to be a YN. You wanted to be a tough guy. You kept on being out there and being in the streets.
Yeah.
You knew what was coming. And this is one of the reasons why hardhead make us all fast. This is why we got to start having stronger, tougher conversations inside of our community. And they want to keep blaming the police and making it seem like they profiling, but they put themselves right in the middle of the shit, knowing that they're not supposed to be there. Then we gonna sit here and act like it's the police's fault or it's the system's fault. No, it's your fault. You self-identified as a nerd, but you wanted to be in the mix. You didn't even have no reason. No.
Leaving the stoop to walk 800 feet to the corner.
You didn't even have no reason to be there.
Let me email you the map so you can see how far it was.
You wanted to be in the mix.
Like I didn't even leave the square blocks.
You wanted to be in the mix, and so that's what you did, so that you could say that
I
was out here. Come on.
Yeah, he trying to profile, but like my record's clean.
No, the cops profiled you. You got arrested 5 times.
Yeah, but notice they stopped doing that.
Yeah, because your mama gave you a curfew. So you weren't there after hours.
By 2004, they stopped doing that. We didn't even have a new mayor at that time. But by 2004,
did you get arrested at night?
What would you say that again?
Did you get arrested at
night? Yeah,
it
was at night, like around between 7 and 10 o'clock. They'll do a raid. They'll do that whole block. They'll do the corner store.
So you already knew that.
They'll do the corner store, the Chinese restaurant, and then the other corner store. Because we had Aki, the Chinese restaurant, and then we had Papi on the other side.
So you already knew
so
this.
That's the stores.
But the thing is, you already knew this, and you decided to go back. Not twice, not 3 times, not 4, but 5 times.
Yeah.
Like I would think when y'all get arrested the first time, y'all kind of learn, and you got arrested again in the same area, and be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't be over there.
They don't want to be good. They don't want to be good.
Like that's where we live.
They want to be victims. This is just the truth.
No, it's not. I'm not paying myself as a victim.
First it was because this is what's wrong with profiling. Then it became, they were selling drugs within a 2-block radius. Then I was outside, but I wasn't supposed to be outside. Then I got arrested 5 times. Like, all of this is avoidable. You know what I'm saying? Like, normal people, which I think that it might be something wrong with us as a culture. Normal people don't be in this type of mess. They just don't put themselves in this type of situation. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this should not be a thing. It just shouldn't be a thing. As a young kid, I knew where to go and where not to go, and where you should be and where you shouldn't be.
Anton, when you was 15, did you go to the store? Was it a store in your neighborhood?
I went to the store at 15.
Okay. Now, how many stores was in your neighborhood? In walking distance?
It was only 2 that we.
It was only 2. Okay. Now, let's say you needed let's say you needed milk. Let's say you needed something real quick from the store. You're not gonna go to the store?
Well, we could walk. Those aren't corner stores; those are grocery stores.
Okay.
And I had a good mother, and a good father, and so they usually kept milk in the house.
Right. But if you needed to go to the store, you're not gonna go to the store, or if you got sent to the store, you're not gonna go to the store.
No, my parents went to the store.
Oh, okay. It was one of the Okay. Well, when my mom sent me to the store, it was only 800 feet from the house. She don't think I'm gonna go to jail. You feel me? So if I'm going,
but you went 5 times though, right?
Yeah, because I'm the man in the house. My dad wasn't there. You feel what I'm saying?
Here we
go.
You
know what I'm saying? If they need something from the store, I'm gonna go to the store.
You just said that you got arrested on your stoop.
No, I didn't say I get arrested on my stoop. I said I hung out on my stoop.
You did.
No, I said I hung out on my stoop, and I would go to the Chinese restaurant that's on the corner.
Right, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anybody else?
I guess some of us is just lucky to not get caught up in raids. This was pretty weird.
Yeah, 5 times. But let me get to the super chats. Make sure you guys hit the like button. We do appreciate you guys here on this Monday night. John says, shifty eyes, hiding hands, giant coat, and it's 90 degrees outside. K. Ali says, woman, please stop walking into isolated areas. I'm just saying. What's up, Mika? Red Cup Talks. So Mika says, hand on my hip when the dip. She dip. You dip. John says, AIM Surplus has used Glocks on sale. $299. High Tolerance says, salute Q, Anton Daniels in the panel. The argument can be made about people being pushed off subway platforms. People inundated with their phones is a huge problem, along with lacking situational awareness. Nick T says, if she was more alert, they would have called her racist. And it's funny how so-called mental health people doesn't seem to harm themselves. Daddy in the Caddy says,
funny.
women need the Second Amendment the
Hold
most.
that. You should save that one.
The
previous one.
This one, women need.
Nope, the previous one. Before
If
that.
she was more alert. That's
Yep,
fact.
save that one.
Okay.
Save that one.
That's hilarious.
And then play it right before the next video.
Okay. I work nights. It's very scary. Think you love curly hair. BK Finance says, y'all are missing it. This guy should have been locked up since he had multiple criminal records. Yet the judge released him just like violent migrants with no justification. They call me Mr. Bibb says, good evening, Room 9 crew. Maury says, profiling and pattern recognition works. Daddy in the Caddy again says, do Tamara Montana got a husband though? BK Finance says, just recently, Dakara Johnson, 19-year-old, was murdered in Maryland from a migrant. Hugo Hernandez Mendez. ICE detained him days after police discovery. Shout out to Maury. Mother effers is so soft now. People can distinguish dangerous, crazy looking mother effers from normal law-abiding citizens most of the time. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Coach Icy says, Virginia CEO looks like Popcorn. It's a reggae artist. All production, shout out for the dollar. Gravy says, homeboy is wrong. I'm from Southside Queens, Jamaica. TNT was tactical narcotics team. And like you said, Anton, they roll up on you. They check you. If you don't have nothing, he'll let you go. They looking for drugs. Daddy Nikati said, Genius was eating his chopped cheese and choys on the metro when a subway rat snatched it. NYPD heard the noise approach and he ran in his Timbs. Josh says, salute to the panel. Username _ Delta says Lion Kaepernick. The Garrett says he was going to jail for fried dog and cat. JR says this guy from BK is Cab. You just in a Chinese spot and getting arrested is fake news. What was the charges? Ordering cat? The process for juvies is doing a juvie report unless it's a felony. Kochaisi says Carmen tried to duck smoke, y'all. Shout out to y'all. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for the super chats.
Hey, shout out to the 2,500 people in here that I didn't even expect it to be this many people here today.
Yeah, shout out to y'all on this Monday night.
We switched networks, so I expect it to be a slow ramp up. I didn't expect this many people to be in here today.
Yeah.
So show that last super chat, Q.
I'm trying to find it. I unpicked it by accident. I'm scrolling.
Don't worry about it. We remember what it is. Go ahead.
What did it say? Do you remember what it said?
I don't.
It was talking about if she would have profiled
him to be racist.
Yeah, if she would have profiled him, then she would have been called racist. So should we be profiling?
Well, go ahead and do the next video first.
Okay, let's go to the next clip, you guys.
People need to get angry about this sort of situation, and they need to start realizing this is happening, and they need to get more racist. Racism would save a lot of lives. If this girl was a little more racist, she might not have sat in front of a black guy with her back to a black guy. Girls may not date black guys if they realize when they go into the court system, it's nothing but white women bringing before the judge the brown and black perps who have battered them, abused them. They're trying to get restraining orders out against them. And those are the lucky ones, believe it or not. Those aren't the ones that were murdered by these people. So we need to get tough with ourselves and realize that this is an actual problem and not care if they call you racist, because I would rather be called racist than dead.
That's true. Would you rather be called racist than dead?
Nobody want to talk about this one.
Yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes. Of course,
There's definitely a difference between being racist.
I don't feel like that question is. I feel like it's no brainer. But I hate that we keep singling out brown and black men as if there's not a whole slew of white men taking out their whole family. there's not a slew of white men who also do domestic violence. So I'm just trying to understand why, from her point of view and her perspective, is it just limited to just brown and black men? That's not to say that they aren't guilty of some of those things, but I feel like that's not just a brown and black body person thing.
And she's using racism wrong. Racism is about feeling superior to people, not profiling.
Facts.
She didn't say that it wasn't. What she said was you shouldn't care if they call you racist as a result of profiling.
No, she said you need to be more racist.
To be more racist is to not want to associate with somebody based off of their race, something that they can't control. In addition to that, she also said the racism, or if they call you racist as a result of preventing yourself from being in a situation with black people or black men that are assaulting, which I'm not saying that she's right, but what she's saying is if you would have been more racist, could you have prevented yourself from being in that situation in the first place? She's not saying that racism itself just protects you. She's saying that it could have protected the woman that looked at black men a certain type of way, because in a lot of instances, she's saying that black men are the ones that are committing the crimes.
Okay.
I think women need to look at all men that way. That's why you got so many single baby mamas.
Huh?
I mean,
how does that correlate? Hold on. How does that correlate?
How? She said that with white women being more racist or profiling black guys, that they would see the black men that's in or the white women that's bringing the brown and black men in the courts. I mean, if you take that part right there, I mean, if you profile and be more subjective to every man, then you would eliminate that problem anyway.
I'm not following, big dog.
What?
I don't know,
What I gotta do with baby mama hood?
No, because she did. So she did not say that. She did not say that the black women, the white women needs to see the black men and brown babies in the court that's getting killed by the black men and the black babies.
I don't think that's what she said exactly, but okay.
She said that. So I'm saying I think to kill all of that, it's not even about race. It's just about profiling and being more aware of the guy you're dealing with is a whole.
Okay, so is she saying stereotyping equals racist? Because I stereotype people all the time. That doesn't make me a racist. So are we stereotyping equals racist? Because that's not
the woman that did the video is openly racist. Okay, she is known for being open. She has a reputation. I noticed her on Piers Morgan. That was the first time I ever heard of her. And so she's an openly racist person. And what she's saying is that people need to be more racist in order to prevent themselves from being hurt like the person was, like the Ukrainian woman over on the train.
Then the answer is no, because just because you stereotype somebody doesn't make you racist. No.
I think
racist is something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If the situation was flipped, would her philosophy still be the same? So let's just say if it was a white man and a black woman, would she still say she should have been racist? Or is it only applicable to white women? I'm in a state of confusion because it seems like she's only making it applicable to white women and black and brown men.
What I gathered from the video is when she said she should have profiled him and been okay with being called racist, and if she would have did that, she still would be here. That's
exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Meaning, if she did profile him, she wouldn't be sitting near him.
Right.
Well, and what she's saying is that if she did profile him, maybe she would still be alive.
I agree with her.
So if she would have stereotyped him or profiled him, that would make her a racist because the person who did the stabbing was a black man?
No, she's profiling him. Even if people may have called her racist, it would have been okay because she still would have been here. She just should have profiled. Basically, our argument we was making earlier, if she would have been situationally aware and profiled them, she'll still be here.
Like if she would have walked on the train, noticed that there was a black guy sitting there, even if there was an open seat in front of him, but she would have walked toward the other way of the train. If people would have said, oh, she didn't want to sit next to a black guy, oh, well.
That action would have made her racist.
Correct.
That action would have made her racist. Okay.
Or at the very least, people would have said she was racist for not sitting next to him because he was.
Nobody would have even known. That wouldn't have been racist.
Some people would have probably been like, "Oh, why isn't she sitting next to somebody would have had something to say," but she would have been alive, possibly. So
I think the biggest part of this is that there are people that say that they are no longer willing to be open to Black people just for the sake of saying that I'm not racist or that I shouldn't be profiling or I shouldn't stereotype. They saying that it's okay to do that now because it's a safety mechanism. It also prevents you from being hurt and harmed because it's a possibility that you can save yourself a lot of heartache, and it's okay to be alive than it is to be called a racist. I think that is what the narrative is. There is a lot of people that no longer want to be a white apologist or, you know, they're not trying to make Black people feel more comfortable, all of this or whatever, so on and so forth. They are now saying, I don't care what you call me. You can say whatever it is that you want to say to me, but I feel safer by profiling and stereotyping. That's what they're saying.
I think at the end of the day, we're all going to be held accountable to God for the way that we treat people. And I think that we're all made in the image of God. And I see a lot of white people who are starting to lean toward what you're saying, which is I want to distance myself away from Black people because I want to keep myself safe. And I can understand where some of that fear is coming from, especially when you're looking at the stats and you're seeing that there's so much crime when it comes to Black on Black crime. And then also nowadays they're pointing out Black on white crime. But my thing is you've got to look at your heart and you've got to make sure that your heart is right. And that's an individual thing that each person should do, because if we as a society decide we're going to start treating people based off of the color of their skin and not the content of their character, we're just going backwards and we're not moving forward. So I can't say that should be socially acceptable, but I do understand why people are feeling the way they're feeling. And so I think there has to be accountability. And that's where the Black community has to hold each other accountable and say, hey, this can't be acceptable. We're not going to tolerate this anymore. And it starts in the home.
I'm going to say this. I don't want to be near some of these Black people. Mm-hmm. There's some Black people I don't want to be around. I don't want to live by. I don't want to encounter.
I mean, it's a beautiful concept, Samara, that we can all held accountable based on their character. Mm-hmm. Realistically speaking, I do believe that certain races, I'm not going to point at anybody, but certain races are more acceptable to the stereotype.
Right. And I pointed out the statistics. That's why I
said
that.
So I think that's beautiful, but the reality there's certain races that put you in an automatic mindset of high alert, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Jess don't like that. Jess don't like that.
Okay, Jess, go ahead.
I'm practicing a lot of restraint. To some extent, I don't want to argue with stupidity either. And that's not to say any of y'all are stupid, but I do think some of the rhetoric that you all are spewing, I think is very unfortunate. But I do have a question for you, Carmen. Where are you getting your data? And my thing is, I'll say this before you answer the question. The issue isn't us bringing light to the fact that we have issues in our Black and brown communities. My issue with y'all's rhetoric is that y'all limiting it to only Black and brown when it's a whole slew of Asian white people, Filipino people, all kind of other people, Hispanic, Latinx, all kind of people who have the same issues, but nobody wants to talk about that. We only want to talk about Black and brown as if we're the only people who do stuff. And if we really want to keep it a being, when we talk about Black on Black crime, is that even a thing? And my thing is, there's way more white crime than Black crime. And if there's Black on Black crime, we have to think about some of the historical pieces as to why that is. Is some of it on us? Yes. But is it on some of the historical pieces and some of the things that have happened to us in the past? Also, yes. Two can coexist at the same time. I'm not saying it's solely on white people as to why we are where we are.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
It's a
I'll let you finish. Okay. Your first question was, where do I get my numbers from? From personal experience. I can only speak to what has happened to me. So what has happened to me was people, or everybody has gotten to, it has been from Black people and brown people. Sorry, but mostly Black people. That has been my experience. Second, the historical part, I don't know what you're trying to say about that. I mean, what do you, because Black people were oppressed. I'm confused about the historical part, but you asked me about that. So I was like, well, my numbers come from my personal experience, and my personal experience has been from Black people. Sorry, but it is. So I am more cautious as being around a lot of Black people, because a lot of the things that has happened to me has been from Black people. Is that bad?
You ain't gotta say it
married
lightly.
to a Black man. She's married to a Black man.
You ain't gotta say it lightly. Say it.
I am married to a Black man.
Yeah,
I am married. I am married, and
That's
even to speak to that point, I am married to a Black man. But most of the people that have been racist towards us as an interracial couple has been from Black men too. So he's experienced it too. So he's experienced it. I am married to a Black man, and most of the outrageous things that has been said to him has been from other Black people. So yeah,
I'm not surprised.
My experience my numbers comes from what I experienced. That's all I can speak of.
I get the whole historic, like Black people we had.
The historic thing, I don't know what you mean by that.
Past where, you know, we were all putting together. Like, I get that. I do. But it is 2025 about to be 2026. We have not progressed enough on our own. It's like if we keep holding on to that, some would say, oh, well, it happened. We know it happened. But if we keep holding on to that and letting that be the reason why we keep doing what we do, you're never going to get ahead. You can keep sitting there getting mad about people calling it out.
It's almost like you're giving an excuse, because
it is. At this
point, if you already know, everybody already knows what the Black race has. Everybody, not just the Black race. Black race has not been the only one that's been oppressed. So can we move on from the oppressed part? It's almost like it's an excuse to give Black people to be racist because they were oppressed. That's what that's what I'm receiving. That's what I'm receiving from you, Jess. No disrespect. It is an excuse because we were oppressed before. Okay, so that gives you an excuse to be racist towards another race because you were oppressed before. That's what I'm getting. I don't know if that's what you mean, but that's what I'm receiving from you, and that's where I'm going to end it at. I'm going to mute myself so I can give everybody else.
Can I say something about that?
You already know what I'm going to say.
1 second. Ty was over there nodding his head. Ty, what do you have to say to this?
You know what I'm going to say. I think there's two. We had this conversation. There's two type of Black people. There's the YNs, and then there's, regular successful Black people. So for me, like you said, Q, earlier, if I go to certain neighborhoods in Jersey, New York, whatever, I'm going to look around. I don't want to be around certain Blacks. I'm going to be honest with you. Then I go to certain towns around here. Like, I just went to play my lottery, and there was a white guy there, and he looked, kind of dingy, dirty, and all of that. I stayed away from him. So it's like a class, it's really a class issue. It's not race, but everybody want to focus on race. Everybody want to be, people wasn't oppressed. People wasn't slaves or whatever. They want to cry about it. Just get your money up, move to a nicer neighborhood. The brother said he got arrested 5 times.
But don't make it about race.
Hold on. My son is 15. No, my son is 15-year-old Black kid. He has his little dreads. Never got arrested. He's on the track team. Just you get your money up, you move to a nicer neighborhood. It's a class issue, it ain't a race issue.
I want to speak on that, Ty, because you saying that your son, he has locks and stuff. I feel like
he never been arrested.
I feel like
he walked to the store all the time.
Though, is that the successful Black people are the ones that are not the YNs? They try to emulate street culture too much, and we don't really call it out for what it is. And so him walking around with locks, they're looking at him the same way as they're looking at the YNs. This is why you see 40-year-old.
So how come he's never been arrested or never had an issue?
Well, most people don't get arrested. I'm just saying that it's part of the culture where we emulate the same people we say we want to stay away from. How can you say you want to stay away from somebody, but you allow them in your home to be dressed and behave and, you know, emulating that type of look? When you're saying you're staying away from these people on the streets, you're profiling them, but you're allowing your son to have locks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the locks should define the person to be a dusty, dirty.
That don't make any sense.
YN.
It makes perfect sense. You're allowing.
It does make sense.
Let me break it down to you from a C student's perspective. You're allowing your son to emulate a culture that you don't actually rock with or support.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has his hair. He has locks.
I'm not saying. I'm not the one that's saying it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not. You know, I have very thick skin, so he has locks. He doesn't present himself as a gangbanger, none of that stuff like that. He, like for example, the brother said he went to the Chinese store. My son, he likes like like it's like a chicken place, like Wingstop or something like that. He walks there. He shares his location on his phone. Never an issue. So I don't know. I'm telling you, it's a class thing. It ain't about race. It's a class thing.
Honest. It's not about race.
Where you live. If there's
locks?
common issues, hold on. If there was common issues at the chicken spot, I'm not letting him go to that chicken spot. It's common sense.
But what position are you putting him in by letting him go out in a YN uniform?
What is his hair is a YN uniform?
Yeah, like if you have a son, right? If you're telling him to stay away from a certain chick and you're like, hey, she's going to be dressed this way, here's the stuff she's going to be saying, would you allow your daughter to do those same things that you're saying you don't want these females to do? Like you're dressing your son up as a YN, sending him out there for the police to profile him, and then saying you stay away from these type of dudes on the streets.
So I'm trying to understand. I told you I don't live near YNs. We live in a nice neighborhood. He walks to the store, probably like 700 feet. He's never been profiled by the cops. So I'm trying to understand, what are you talking about?
You said
that having locks is more of a look YN nowadays. It might mean something deeper, but the look of that is a YN look, basically.
So let me ask y'all a question. There's a look. Somebody may not like my look, right? Somebody may not like Anton's look. Somebody may not like the brother Jay's look. That's their opinion. Now, the simple fact that the brother said he walked 800 feet to the Chinese restaurant, got arrested 5 times. I'm telling you, my son, he's 16. He walks to the Wingstop. He's never been profiled, never been arrested, anything. I'm telling you, if there's one time he would have got arrested or profiled, I would make arrangements. I take him there, or we maybe monitor it. So it's just common sense. I'm not understanding what y'all trying to say.
Let me ask you, if you looked out your window right now and you seen a black kid around your son's age with dreadlocks walking down the street, what would you think?
I would honestly, in this neighborhood, I would just think he's one of the neighbor's kids or nephew or whatever.
Yeah.
So then how do you determine who's a YN when you're out there on the streets?
Well, if you go to certain neighborhoods, like the brother said, that they do raids and stuff like that, and you see guys in that uniform, you're going to do it. It's a class. Like I said, it's a class issue. It's not a race issue.
I can't believe you let him trap you, Ty.
All right. So if you saw a woman dressed like a prostitute outside your house, you wouldn't think that she was a hoe. That's what I'm hearing.
That's exactly what you're saying. That's exactly what he's saying. God damn it, Fitz, you took my class.
I'm trying to get invited.
I'm still not following y'all.
You must have took my class.
I'm still not following y'all.
You following us, Ty? You're not following us. You following us.
If you want, all I say in life, if you want better results, you change your surroundings and you do better for yourself. Of this stuff about getting profiled. I'll admit, I got pulled over. I was speeding. I said, "Good afternoon, officer." I gave him my license registration. He said, "Oh, you USAA, Navy Federal?" I said, "Yeah, my dad was in the time served." Slow down, Mr. Banks, and I drove off. You see what I'm saying? If I would have said, "Oh, what the fuck you pull me over for? Why you always messing with? Why you profiling me?" Then it's gonna be a different situation.
You get pulled over.
Not necessarily, because I got a ticket a few weeks ago for allegedly running a red light, and I didn't. But that's neither here nor there. And I was just as polite. I was super sweet, and it was a black officer in Buckhead, and he was so rude to me. Like I was so like taken aback, like why he was so rude. I handed him my license, didn't even say much. He wrote me a ticket, and he had a horrible attitude. And I'm in a nice area. Like I wasn't being rude. I didn't give him no sass, no attitude, nothing. So that doesn't always guarantee that, in my opinion.
Ty is deflecting. Ty is deflecting because
I'm not deflecting. I'm just keeping it real.
It's made a great comparison with if he said if you seen a woman that's dressed like a hoe outside of your neighborhood, and Ty is trying to say that it's only the environment, it's where you see the person. It doesn't matter necessarily how they carry themselves. And you're wrong.
Mm-hmm. Why is this conversation about? I'm mad how everybody thinks
because just because you live
your appearance matters, people.
Just because you're in a nicer area,
it
does not mean that absolves you from being able to carry yourself a certain way, and you will absolutely be dealt with a lot of times because they want to make sure that they nip that in the bud, and they want to prevent you from bringing that into their area in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But I live in
if somebody got money, it's the whole reason why they say you can move the person out the hood, but you can't move the hood out the person. If somebody get a little bit of money or whatever, and they move into a nicer neighborhood, it's a reason why they say, well, there goes the neighborhood, because it doesn't matter how much money you have if you still carry yourself a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and to be fair, if he's only not wishing this on your child at all, never. But where you live at, he might walk outside and he might not get profiled as a YN, but he can go to a mall, even in your neighborhood, with his friends with locks, and there might be that one person that's gonna profile him to be a YN. It's, you know what I mean? So just because
when they profile him, can I ask you a question? When they profiling him, are they arresting him, or are they approaching him, or are they looking at him and assuming he's somebody? Because opinions, I can have opinion about Q, I can have opinion about Anton. It doesn't matter the opinions of somebody.
It does.
I mean, you to answer your question, you can have an opinion. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be right. No, but everybody has an opinion. Like anyone can look at somebody and assume something. Like that's we as people do that anyway, naturally. So it's going to happen whether we like it or not. It doesn't mean that you have to be accurate with that assumption, but it's going to happen. So to answer your question, yeah, actually.
Why does he have locks? Like, have you talked to him about it? Why does he have them in?
No, it's not locks. It's like the little twist braid things that they do.
Because I know some people say it's for cultural reasons and things like that. I'm just wondering if you know the history of like how Black youth has kind of criminalized locks and all that other stuff. And these young dudes, they're looking at the rappers trying to wear the locks and stuff like that. And I think maybe you want to talk to him about why he's actually wearing the locks, just to see where his mind is at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he used to play football, and Justin Jefferson was his favorite player, so that's why. And he, he played football.
Wow, Justin Jefferson is his hero?
His favorite player, not a hero. Favorite player.
Well, I mean, it got to be his hero if he's emulating his look, right?
I don't know about that one.
And I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Ty's like, I'm his hero.
Your son play football?
Yes, he plays football and runs track like me. Yeah, like I used to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his hero.
Do we come to a consensus? Are people just about in stereotyping Black people?
Black people. All people should be stereotyping.
So, yeah.
I think if the Black culture feels like they're being stereotyped, then they should look at themselves and ask themselves why they're being stereotyped in a certain way. And Jess, I know you're looking at me, girl. It's fine.
I mean, stereotypes happen for a reason.
Stereotypes happen. That's what I'm saying. Stereotype happens for a reason. And is it unfortunate that the Black culture gets the most, I guess, for the sake of conversation, the negative stereotype? then there's a reason for that.
So
ask yourself
Carmen,
that.
if I saw you and I said, man, you look like a Maria. It look like you about to go get you a broom and a mop right now. You wouldn't feel no kind of way?
No, because I'm not a Maria and I don't feel that way. But I understand where you're coming from. But I'm not gonna look at you and be like,
"Get some Fabuloso right now."
And I do got Fabuloso actually.
I got Fabuloso too.
I got Fabuloso. But why are you stereotyping me that way? There's an exact that's why.
And as a black person,
I look
I feel
like
the
because
same
why?
way.
Because no, let me answer you. Because why?
You got somebody
Hispanic women are historically to be known as cleaning ladies. That's why you're giving me that stereotype. Just like I look at you and I may assume that you are what? A single bitter baby mama. Okay then. So the same way. The same way, bro.
Oh my God.
The same way that you I can assume the same thing about you. So let's go there.
I'm not love and I don't.
You don't have no kids.
Bitter baby mama at all.
I just want to say you did not have to follow your opinions like
I'm not no
that.
cleaning lady either. And I'm not no cleaning lady either.
But I bet you got them empanadas cooking right now.
And I'm not no cleaning lady either. Just like you told me, I'm a cleaning lady and I have Fabuloso. And because you are not a single baby mama, okay, it's the same thing. So let's equal. Let's equal, honey. Let's get it. And again, for the chat, I have no problem, Jazz, but let's keep it equal. Just as I can stereotype you, you stereotype me. Let's keep it equal.
I am. Because if I really gave it to you, then I'll be the angry black woman. But you know what? I'm gonna let you eat that because you thought you ate.
Why?
You can go on and move on.
If
this ain't what you want, we can move on.
I think it's fair. I think you told her something racial, and I think you did it back to y'all.
I'm giving you the floor. You can tell me. You told me that I'm
the floor is yours and the mop.
Nah, okay, you told me. See, this is the problem. You told me. Nah, man, this is the problem. You can't take it. You told me I look like Maria and I should have the Fabuloso on deck and the mop and clean it. Because you
black people have an issue with how people are perceived.
I am a
they need to look in the mirror.
So I am going to give you the same energy and said because you assume that I'm a called you Maria. Carmen, give you the same thing.
Carmen, the issue is you said if a black person has an issue with how they are perceived, then they need to look in the inside. Yes. Which I'll give you that to an extent is a valid point, but on the other flip side of that, I stated my statement so you can see what it felt like if I just looked at you and said, damn, I wonder how many mops she got in her kitchen.
But you did.
It's the same thing. So
and I said the same thing.
So you said
and
then now I became a bitter baby mama because I used your own example against you. But once again, I'll digress.
Because you told me that I need to have a mop and Fabuloso on deck. So I told you what people stereotype black women to do, just like you stereotype me. That's why Hispanic women to do.
I didn't stereotype you. I gave you an example of your own example against you.
Did you not just stereotype me?
I gave you. Let me slow it down. Do I need to say it in Spanish?
Do I need to speak in English? I can tell you that.
I said I gave you an example. I gave you an example of what you said.
And I responded to your example.
As an African American, the rhetoric that you are spitting. I gave you an example of how it would feel. That's why I asked you if I said, damn, I wonder if her name was Maria or how many mops she got.
Why would you assume my name is Maria?
Thing you just said.
And I'm responding to your example. So I'm misunderstanding your example. So please explain to me. You're misunderstanding my example because I pretty much met your energy.
I just did.
How?
I just did.
Okay. So you assume my name is Maria.
Hable español.
¿Tú hablas inglés?
Now, to be fair,
so we can move forward. We can move on because I would rather not go back and forth with you.
I want to move on because you're mad about the fact that I met you with the same energy. So that's fine.
I'm gonna say something because I'm listening to both of y'all, and I heard just ask the question where she said, "I'm gonna give an example from the original statement." Cool. Carmen responded, and she said, "Well, I can profile and say that you look, people would assume that you look like a bitter baby mama. Y'all both threw something at each other. It should have ended there. Then now we're
nothing. I gave her an example.
And but technically she gave you one back, is what I'm saying. I heard her give, and I'm not on nobody's side, but I heard her what people can stereotype. Both of y'all threw a dig. Let's just call it what it is. Cool. But now we're just going into other unnecessary racial stuff. So let's just move on. Like, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It really isn't. Y'all both gave an example. It's cool. Next. Like.
Let's just move on because we're not going to. And the whole fact that you said that you need to speak in Spanish, it makes you very racist. But you know, I digress. I speak English,
just like you said, huh?
I speak English. You didn't have to.
Let me look within. Let me go get my mirror. I'll be right back.
Yeah, look within. Absolutely.
I think the stereotypes, the black people do need to make sure if they are offended by the stereotypes, or anybody is offended by any stereotype, they probably should just, like I think Tamara said it earlier, just be more accountable and hold others to more of a higher standard and try to work on that within your community for sure.
I think people are just too sensitive. They mad about what people think about them if they have dreads or if they have a short haircut or if they whatever they fat or whatever. You know, just be yourself. Everybody's so sensitive.
Stereotypes are earned. So if you don't like your stereotype that your community earned, then change it. That was
right. So your mouth wasn't earned. Come on now.
The fact that you asked me if you need to speak in English.
Literally, you're making it so easy right now. Okay, so my stereotype is earned. Your stereotype is earned. It's so
exactly. Thank you. So my stereotype is earned. Your stereotype is earned. We met in the same level. You just mad because I called you out on it.
I'm really not though. That's the crazy part.
You really are because you're kind of bothered by it, but okay.
If this is bothered, yeah, love. I don't know if you've seen bothered before.
Okay. Well, shout out to everybody that's here. We do appreciate you guys on this Monday night. We did switch channels. So make sure you hit the like button, share this with your little group chat, whoever you talk to at night. And make sure if you want to join the panel, you can hit me up on my DM. Just say panel, fellas. It's a lot of y'all wanting to get on. Just please be patient. And shout out to everybody that's on the panel. I'm going to read the super chats and then we can get to the next subject at hand. But that was a good little topic that we had going, good little dialogue. I think everybody stereotypes everybody sooner or later. But Ain't Saying One says that's prejudice, not racist. Magentar says, did she happen to include the dudes who commit the majority of mass unalivings at events? He knows better. Self-proclaimed racist, a guest on Piers Morgan. Maury says, you can profile and protect yourself without being racist. I do it all the time. I don't care about the shame, blame, and explain language. That one guy, Slick, says, we stereotype people all the time. They mostly make sense why we do so. I wouldn't sit with my back turned to some of these YNs on any day. Maury says, the problem is the Black community tide does not self-police. The anti-snitch culture breeds crime and it bleeds out into surrounding areas. Bess Jenkins says, Black people need to be more serious about separating those of us who are civilized versus ratchet criminals. We defend our worst side diverse attention too much. Maury says, dreadlocks originally never had this stigma. Unfortunately, American YN started adopting the look and committing crimes, ruining the style with it. BK Finest says, Ty is a professor who teaches about deflectors. Much props to Fitz for calling it out. Nick T says, YN Carmela Anthony lived in a nice neighborhood. Brandon Nesbitt says, some of y'all foreheads got BBLs. Equal Opportunity Smoke says, why you got a microphone afro? Because we want to. What the F? Maury says, anything adopted by YNs automatically gets tarnished. Locks, Hellcats, Black Air Force One, ski mask. LOL. BK Finest Maria. She reminds me of a West Side Story. Vaughn says, Carmen, I love you for that. Made my night. Username _ Delta says, Jess racist as F. I swear she got cooked by Carmen. Ain't Saying One says, Jess in her feelings because she got rocks thrown back. AR _ Smitty says, why do Jess get hate in her eyes? FTW says, Jess can give a joke but can't take one. High Tolerance says, Carmen worked that bob and weave. Just make sure Jess don't catch you with a headbutt. Best Jenkins says, just keep stereotyping alive. We need to be concerned. Patricia Cox says, Carmen is racist against Black women. She is like this every panel. Username _Delta says, just holds the bitter L. Coach Icy says, yeah, Carmen got that spice. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate you guys here with us again. And it's been a show. Oh, I don't know how that went. Okay, and let's go to the next topic. Okay. Men, do you really like women nowadays? Do you? Or you like your homeboy better?
This might ruffle some feathers, but men don't like women. They just like fucking women, because anything that is inherently feminine or girly or embodies just being a girl, men hate it, they downplay it, they make fun of it, they mock it, and they're disgusted by it. Whether that's girls being excited or gossiping or doing makeup, like anything, like they hate it, they make fun of it. Women are emotional, blah, 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 blah. And it's just funny because they don't like women. They don't like being around women. They hate women. They just want to fuck us. And I know anytime I make a video that's similar to this, I get comments from men being like, who turned you down, or someone's bitter, or whatever, blah, blah. And it's always the same. And it's just like, you're like, this is exactly what I mean. Like, yes, obviously not all men. I have met men that are great and wonderful, but like, you don't like women. Most of these men do not like women. They don't respect women at all. And it's
Do you guys, let's hear from the women first. Do you guys agree with what she's saying? And then we
I don't think all men are gonna like every woman. Like, I don't, just because a man might, or a few men might not like you, doesn't mean men don't like women per se. Like, I don't think every man is supposed to like every woman. So
okay.
I don't think that's true. Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that not all men don't like women. I think obviously people have their preferences and things like that, but to generalize every man is just not fair. And that's a huge problem that we have in this society, is you have a huge portion of women who are saying all men are bad, all men are this, all men are that. And it's usually because they've had a bad experience, they've been hurt before, and maybe need to take some time to heal before they start going out into the dating world again. Because if you're not healed and you decide to go back into the dating world, you're going to attract other people more than likely who are not healed, and you're going to get hurt. So, yeah.
I would say for me personally, no, I don't believe that to be true, but I can see why she would have said that comment. There has been some rhetoric that has gone around that, you know, men sometimes prefer hanging with their homeboys over being around their woman, or sometimes when it's time to cater to some of those needs that your woman may need or desire, or just even being around her, they tend to kind of huff and puff. So I can see why maybe that perspective is kind of taken. But I don't necessarily think that there are men out there that don't like women at all. But I do think that there are some men that maybe don't like women, or they might like the warm parts of a woman, but actually tolerating a woman long term, they may not necessarily be down with that. But I will say in general, I don't believe that to be true.
Men?
I believe that men, this whole perspective of men not liking women, I just think is misunderstood. I think men are being more truthful, and I think because they're being more truthful, that's being misunderstood as men don't like women. No, men are just being more vocal about the fact that they don't like certain things that you say or that you do as a woman, and you taking it as, well, in general, not you specifically. The women are taking it as men are being more truthful. They're receiving it as, okay, so then you don't like me. So I don't think that men dislike women. I just think men are being more vocal about the fact that they don't like certain things about women.
I think it's a certain type of women they don't like. And a lot of women are feeling that they don't like women because the women that they're describing is them. So the women are taking it personal. Certain attributes, certain personality traits, how they might look, how they might dress, and it's hit dog hollering. So that's why, you know, YouTube, all these podcasts, men are becoming more vocal, as you said, Carmen, and they're having these spaces where they didn't have prior. Women always been had these spaces to do little pillow talks and the little girl times, and now men are just being more vocal. They're telling the truth, and sometimes when women don't like what men are saying, they're gonna get like, oh, he gay, oh, he broke, oh, he ugly, oh, he got mama issues. So I mean, if it doesn't apply to me, why am I getting mad? So that's why I feel like a lot of women have a feeling regarding what men are saying nowadays.
I could be wrong, but I feel, in the men, you can kind of correct me if I am. I feel like sometimes if a guy is saying things that he doesn't like, if a guy is saying, "Oh, I don't like when you wear your hair like that," or "I don't like that you wear fake nails," or something to that effect, sometimes I feel like maybe that's also the man's way of telling you that he's vetting you. Like maybe he's interested in you, but there's certain things that, you know what I mean? Like little things about you that he feels like if he wants you to be his woman, that maybe, I don't like those little things. And maybe seeing if you would kind of, I don't want to say change who you are, but kind of like change certain things or move a different way. Or it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything. Like if a guy is telling you something like, "Oh, I don't like the way you responded to that," or it doesn't mean he's gay or that he doesn't like women. Maybe he's vetting you and he might like you, but that's just an assumption.
Or he just don't like that ish. Not all men want to have weeds and I think someone said it earlier.
Standards. Maybe you have standards, and just because you don't meet his standards, that automatically makes him gay, or he hates on women just because he has standards that you don't meet.
I think if a dude is hanging around a bunch of chicks that he's not trying to smash, he's gay. Like in general, I think women are, and I have 5 sisters. I have women are just annoying after a certain point. If you're not married to them or you're not trying to get something from them, because you can only listen to so many stories. You can only listen to so many times that this dude that you told her not to go fuck done did her dirty. You can only get in so many arguments about stupid shit before it's like, we have to fight. Like when you're friends with a dude and he's telling you dumb shit, you can just be honest and be like, you're stupid. But with women, you have to go through a 3-hour story and do all this and pretend that you emotionally attached. You don't have to do that with dudes. So that's why it seems like we like hanging out with dudes more, because we can be ourselves. But with women, you gotta like, what? He was just trying to smash. What?
So are you proving the point? Men don't really like women in a certain way. They just want to have sex with them. They just want to use them for sex. Is that kind of?
I wouldn't say use them. I think the women want to have sex just like the men want to have sex. They don't want to admit it.
I think men ultimately, the first thing is that's the first. I mean, they're men. Like I feel like that's the first thing that they want to do. Like I don't think men even take us on dates without wanting that. Like I don't think men are technically, for the most part, their first thought is, I really want to get to know her. She just seems so sweet. And maybe you do. But I think ultimately they're looking at you like, I have to take her on a date. They probably don't want to take you on a date. They probably really just want to smash. But in order to get that, they have to do a little something, something. So I think.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that that's a problem?
I don't, because
I think it's an issue when it becomes disingenuous. So my thing is, sometimes men present one thing, but it's not what they really want. And people say that women can't take honesty. Some of y'all, even the women, might disagree, but I'm gonna say this: if you say, you know what, I just want to smash, just say that. That way it gives a woman a choice. A lot of times, I'm just giving you a synopsis of what the issue or where the issue lies. A lot of men present something that they're not. That's the spaces they're in. They present date, they present a relationship, they present these things, but they just really just want that.
But I think
so wait. Y'all don't go into it with the expectation that the man want to fuck eventually.
That's the first thing I think.
Let me preface this by saying I know that not every situation is like that, but from a basic perspective, right? Are y'all not? Because y'all keep talking about y'all want men that are emotionally intelligent, but apparently y'all not as intelligent as y'all think that y'all are. Are y'all so disillusioned that y'all think that the guy you're not assuming that the guy want to fuck eventually,
No, most women are assuming that the man wants the F. The issue is that oftentimes they present like they want a relationships in hopes to. That's where the issue lies. I think if men were just open and honest and say, "I just want to smash. That's all I want," and give the woman an option.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do y'all ever say, "Yo, I just want to fuck"? I don't really.
Some women, yes, they do.
No. Hold on. Let me finish.
I know some dogs out there.
Let me finish my question. Do y'all ever just say, "I don't want to go on a date. I just really want to fuck"?
There are women out there like that. Yes.
I personally am not like that.
There are women out there like that.
So to answer your question now.
And I think it depends on how much she liked that man.
I don't think majority women are saying that now.
I agree.
Of course, we know that there's
women out there who like.
Hold on, wait. We got to start being real. We know that there are some of everything, right? It's some of everything. But when we speak into the general population, right? Most women do not go without having sex, and most women want sex. But most women do not say, "I want sex" when they meet a man. They are not that genuine. They are not that transparent with what their desires are. So why don't y'all lead with exactly what it is that you're looking for? And why are you waiting on a man to figure you out? And if y'all aren't like that, then why do y'all have that same expectation for men?
I will say for the most part, when dating, I'll say majority of women are seeking. Some are seeking to get to know you, but most of the time is seeking a relationship or getting to know you even more. I think a lot of times women will say like, "I'm looking for a relationship."
Sometimes y'all just hungry.
I don't think it matters. I really don't.
Sometimes y'all just hungry. Why y'all don't say, "Hey, I'm hungry as fuck and I ain't got no money to eat, and so I'm looking for a man to take me out to go get me something to eat." Or I need some content.
It is a fact.
I need some content. But why y'all don't be transparent?
Hey, what Kanye say?
Because I find it interesting. I find it interesting that the expectation is one way, but the implementation on your end is not the same. I've heard this 1,000 times. Why y'all won't just be honest?
Sex, though.
All right, why y'all won't just be honest? Why you won't just be honest?
You can't equate food with sex. I don't think them the same.
Why aren't you transparent with what it is that you're looking to get out of the person that you're with?
It's the same because what men want something and women want something. So it is technically the same. It's just different things. So a man is taking you out ultimately because that's probably more than likely what they want to do. And a lot of women go on dates because, granted, they might try to want to get to know the man, but you're also getting a free meal. So
you basically you saying that your vagina is worth some stuffed chicken at Ruth Chris.
Y'all
if you say it up front, yes.
Because
if you say it up front,
you've done more for less.
What I'm saying is any guy in my past, because I am in a relationship, any guy who has ever asked me out on a date.
We know you in a relationship.
I already knew what
you play in the background, but that's a whole nother conversation. No, but separately from that, real talk. Why y'all acting like y'all haven't done more for less?
That's why I said Anton depends on how much she liked that dude.
So why y'all not transparent with that?
Some women, there are some women out there who dogs now. Some women out there.
No. Why are y'all not? Forget the dogs, forget the cats, forget the good and the bad. Why aren't women super transparent, regardless of what they believe or what they feel? Why are they not incredibly transparent when they get before the guy ever wastes his time?
Because they know the guy's probably not going to give it to them. That's why.
Man,
or they like,
well, I think.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that maybe it's because it's not culturally acceptable for women to be open about those things. I'm not speaking for myself because I'm not that type of woman, but I'm just saying if I had to guess why women aren't open about that, it's because it's not socially acceptable for women to be open about that. Men are naturally leaders in relationships, and so they kind of set the tone, and then women usually follow the man's lead. So really it comes back down to choices, and you get to choose what type of man you attract and who you allow in your life. And so women have to have
I don't
standards.
believe that, Tamara.
Why
I
not?
believe it's because most women are
Why not?
deceivers
I
by
believe
nature.
Tamara. I agree with Tamara. I
No,
agree.
I don't agree.
Anton, why don't you agree
I
with me?
believe that women, it's not because it's the culture. I believe it's because they've gotten away with it for so long. I don't think it has anything to do with because it's not culturally appropriate or anything like that. I believe that they've been able to get away with it for so long, so why would they change it? But the dynamics of what people expect and how people interact with each other from a relationship perspective have changed. And I'm not saying that that's you. I believe that the dynamics have changed and that we've allowed for women to get away with it. Of course, you got simps, right? They validate it. We got guys that are willing to spend and send money. We got guys that's willing to be in the friend zone for a long time. I tell guys immediately, my number one advice to guys today is under no circumstances do you allow for her to use your life force up and to pretend like y'all friends and keeping you in the friend zone. If she don't like you the way that you like her, then leave immediately. Don't be friends. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Don't spend no time with her. Don't talk to her on the phone. Don't answer her text messages. Leave immediately. Don't give her no time, no energy whatsoever. Stop entertaining women and giving them a pass and allowing for them to use you and then pretend like it was just, oh, this is just the normal process of what men are supposed to do. And they're supposed to damage their Burberry coat and put it on the rain and watch me stomp all over it as I go over a puddle. No. Leave immediately. If she don't like you the way that you like her, leave and stop trying to be friends with chicks that ain't interested in giving you no box. In my opinion, I believe it should be yours to turn down, not whether or not you got to get it.
Well, Kevin Samuel said back in the day that women should not go out with men if they're not attracted to them.
Correct.
So I agree with your point when it comes to that. As far as when women decide to give it up, in my opinion, a woman should wait as long as she can, vet the man. Hopefully,
but here's the thing though, Tamara. I'm not saying that you got to hit it, right?
Okay.
I'm not even saying, I said if she don't like you as much as you like her, the sex part, you can figure that out. It could be a situation where it's just mutually agreed, yo, we just want to be fuck buddies or whatever and keep it moving. Or it could be a situation where, yo, I really like you and I'm attracted to you and I'm willing to see where this goes. But if she don't like you in the way that you like her and vice versa, then somebody gonna use somebody and somebody gonna get their feelings hurt. And somebody gonna feel like they got taken advantage of. And that's a problem.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that women do need to, if you don't like the man, stay away from him. And then men, if you find out that the woman is not attracted to you, don't stick around because you will end up getting heartbroken. And then you'll go back into the dating market and it's like all women are like this. And it just messes things up. And so it comes down to a conversation. And these conversations should be happening at the beginning of relationships before anybody gets involved beyond just talking to each other. You need to be on the same page.
I don't think that there's a misunderstanding on a man's part of what his intention is. I think that there's a deception that comes along with women and how they're gonna slot men. And that's, for example, one of the reasons why guys end up in the friend zone. I think that the majority of the deception comes on the woman's side. Now, are men deceptive to an extent because, we'll lie or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So absolutely, that's not to completely absolve us. But
I think men lead you on. I think a man can more, not to cut you off, I apologize.
No, we don't lead you on. You know what we want.
That's all I do. Y'all can be big.
I mean,
to say what I'm talking about.
You know what we want?
Purposes. I'm talking about like men can possibly lead you on to make it seem like this could be more than what it is. Like even after they like have sex with you, there are men who will still lead you on to think like this could be a relationship. And I've seen it happen multiple times. So I'm not talking about just to get in your pants. They can do that and still play games and lead you on. But I do feel like as women, we have to kind of
That's true too.
start using our intuition that we claim that we have so much, that we need to start looking at it like, okay, if the man is not doing the things that are leading us into a relationship, why am I still wasting my time with them? Like, stop hoping for the best or wishing and praying for the best and just move on. But we don't know how to do that. So I think we both can be deceptive. I think men and women are deceptive. I think women just want a hot meal and they know they're going on dates with men that they're not really interested in, but they do it. Oh, I got a free meal. They brag about that type of stuff. So to me, it's just like, and they wonder why y'all's dating pool is so messed up because y'all all lying.
But you know what? I would argue this though. When it comes, I don't feel like a woman's attraction level to you is a very good indicator, because attraction level, I'm gonna sound real messed up when I say this.
What a surprise.
You know what, Anton? You trying to put the dukes up, okay? Put the dukes up.
My bad, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Put the dukes up, okay? If you miss me, just say that. I know I ain't been here in a while. But y'all, I'm gonna sound like an ass when I say this, but the general consensus is men could be a little hard on the eyes, okay? And I will say this: attraction level for women is not top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Men, I feel like men have to be attracted to their man. I mean, they woman. Men have to be attracted to their woman.
They're not attracted to their man.
Women don't necessarily have to be attracted to their man. And you know what? I'm gonna say this too. Depending on what his situation is, I've seen women be with men who look like a left shoe. Okay, so I can't always. I don't
mean that she's not attracted to him.
I have a question,
because women will fake the funk if a man's pocket is right.
Yeah,
no, I think
that was my question.
Does
that matter? Does the attraction level matter based on their pocket?
I think that there
For
are
some
other
women,
things
yes,
that
it
some
does.
women.
For some women, it does.
I think that there are some. Listen, there are some women that are absolutely attracted to some of the dudes that you may not necessarily be attracted to, and it could be a lot of things that he got going on. It could be a lot of things. A lot of dudes got a certain aura. A lot of dudes, or whatever, so on and so forth. It could be the way that you talk to her. It could be the way that you treat to her. Say what?
Are we talking about physical attraction? Because we're not. What you're talking about right now isn't necessarily physical attraction.
There are some women. Okay, let me break it down to you like this. Let me break it down to you like this. There are some women, when you spend some time with her, and initially you may not necessarily be attracted to her, but if you stick around her long enough and she got this certain way about her, that chick will have you fucking hooked. Straight up. It's some women that if you spend too much time around them, they'll have you in the ringer. It's just the truth. You may not initially be attracted to her, but if you spend some time with her and then she's saying the right things and she might smell good, and you know what I'm saying, she's super nice and she got the right mentality, and you wind up becoming attracted to her. And you start to honestly see her as way more attractive sometimes than some of these chicks that call themselves baddies. So what I'm saying is, I think that happens. Hold on. What I'm saying is, I believe it happens on both sides. It's not always just aesthetics, right? A lot of times the attraction comes. That's why arranged marriages last a lot longer and they're more fruitful. Because it may not necessarily initially be based off of attraction. It could be based off of circumstance. It could be based off of family dynamics. It could be based off of, whatever it is that they're choosing that's best for you. But the way that they treat you can be attractive. How it is that it's a lot of things that goes into attraction. And so if you only looking at it just on the outside, and that's the determining factor, I think that you still in your 20s or you still in your teens. Because you got the mentality of a person that's still in their teens and in their 20s. It's way more than that. A woman that's bad as hell can open up her mouth and you be like, shit, I don't know, bro. Like, this might not even be the goal right here. Like, I done seen bad chicks bad as hell get kicked the fuck out plenty of days. They open up their mouth and it just be like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. And so I think that it's a maturity, it's a growth that you have to have to where you actually have a conversation with somebody and you look at them in their totality, that factors into your attraction for them, because it's more than just money, it's more than just looks, it's a lot of things that goes into it.
It's called mere exposure effect.
And that's why I say I do believe that men don't like women like her. We love women for sure, but not women like her. And that aesthetic that she was giving off, the vibe that she was giving off, kind of summed it up to what Anton was just saying, where it's like, dude, your whole get up is not clicking with most guys. And I mean, that's why a lot of women aren't getting selected, and they feel like men don't like them.
Yeah, there's plenty of chicks that's bad as fuck and they just by themselves because they got bad attitudes.
It'd be the bad ones that have the worst attitudes too. A lot of times.
Yo, you could get with a chick and she'll say something that lets you know that a whole bunch of other dudes that you know that already fucked her, and you'd be like,
yeah.
I mean, there's some dudes that are still hit. A lot of dudes will still hit, but they not necessarily still attracted to her. It's for sport at that point.
Well, and I was going to say, and I think a lot of women mess up because they position themselves as kind of something to be conquered instead of someone to be loved. Like in the beginning, when they start talking to you, they play hard to get. They make it seem like they coochie is gold. And then it becomes like they don't realize how competitive men actually are. And then you become like a game. Like you become like, okay, I can win this. She say I can't get her, game on. And then you get her, you smash. And then it's like, I beat the game. Why do I have to go back and get all the coins on all the levels? I done already beat the game. Yeah. You said you was so hard to get. I got you. I'm out. So I think maybe if y'all didn't position yourselves as something to be conquered or something to overcome, then men would stay around after they smash a little bit more.
I know dudes that have stuck around. I know dudes that have stuck around longer than they wanted to with a chick because she might have been aesthetically pleasing, but they didn't necessarily care for her. So when she say that men don't like women on that video, I think that, listen, men don't want to be women. We don't like y'all the way that y'all homegirls like y'all. I think that that's a better assessment. Like we don't want to gossip with y'all about y'all job. We not interested in like, and I think it's okay. It's okay to talk to you about like, hey, what happened? You are, how was work today, baby? But I don't care about Susan on your job. Like I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a fuck about that shit. So we don't like the things that y'all are used to being, that y'all used to doing with simps.
Or your
that's the biggest problem. We don't like the shit that simps endure through to try to fuck you. We like what we like, and we like y'all for what it is that we like you for, but we don't want to treat you like our homeboy. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I know that guys say stuff like, well, or women have say stuff like they'll give advice and say, yo, learn what he doing, learn how to watch. I don't give a fuck if you watch the game with me. Like, you ain't got to learn how to like basketball. Because you're going to say, I'm going to be like, yeah, you dumb as fuck. Like, I don't really care if you like basketball or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in spending my whole day with you. I want to chill with you when I want to chill with you, and I want to love you for the thing that I love you for. And then you can go off and you can, you know what I'm saying, go and do whatever, watch HGTV or hang out with your homegirls or go to brunch or some shit. I don't want to do what you want to do, but when we come together, let's have a good. You might be at the basketball game with me because you just like sitting courtside and feeling like you important. I'm sitting courtside because that was a childhood dream of mine, and I love basketball. And so we both there for different reasons, but we enjoying this shit. I don't care if you like the shit that I like. I'm okay with you liking different things than me. But the problem is that a lot of guys have messed up the game friend zoned. They pretend like they like y'all because they really trying to fuck. Or guys that simp out for y'all and they do things that regular guys wouldn't normally do in order to get you. And so your expectations is off of how real men really operate in real life. We love y'all. We just don't love y'all for the shit that your homegirls love you for, your mother love you for, or your gay friend love you for, that he keep telling you, yeah, girl,
Yeah, girl, get it.
I think we take that that saying when in relationships, the women, I feel like we take it like, oh, like you're my friend, and in reality, no, that's your man. Like it's not your friend. You know what I mean? Like you guys can be cool, but we take that, oh, you're my friend, to another level where we're treating them like our homegirls, where we're kind of confiding in them about things that we should be talking to our homegirls about because y'all don't care about stuff.
I think it's
me and Q, I'm cool as fucking Q is my homegirl. I will tell you, me and Q don't even talk like that. When we talk or when we link up with each other or when we connect in real life is love. But I might talk to Q maybe once a week.
But I'm like, but Anton, I'm just like that in
He's
general.
a low maintenance friend.
Yeah, I don't even talk to my friends often. Like I might be a horrible friend to y'all, but I could talk to my friend every 4 or 5 months and we pick it up like that. But I don't need a venter. I like my I'm
the same. I'm not even. I'm a low maintenance girlfriend. Like I'm not the be up under you type of person. Like a good little cuddle session, and then I'm like, we can be in the same like house, and you can be in the somewhere else, and I'm in the room chilling. Like I don't like to be. I don't crave a lot of attention like that. So
when me and Q is on the phone, we probably be on the phone for like 2 minutes.
30 seconds.
Yeah, tops. It'd be like 2 minutes. Tops. And I'll be like, we check on each other and shit. And it'll be like, all right, listen, I'll see you later. Bye. That's the end of it.
I'm not even like that on the phone with people.
Yeah, so I mean,
I think a lot of the women that say men don't like women too probably it's mostly the clingy ones. Like they want to be up under you 24/7. They think you're supposed to have all the same things in common.
It's the annoying ones, bro. It's the annoying ones that say stuff.
No, it's the ones that say that because the men don't want them. They don't like them. Like
right? Yeah, for sure.
It's certain characteristics that men have been saying they don't like in women, like the heavy makeup at times, the wigs that you can see lifting, and then a certain how you dress outside, how you uphold yourself. And men don't like that sometimes, and women they fight back on that.
I think
but it's their preference because if we list our preference, there's not really pushback. But men nowadays are listing their preference, and now it's like, well, you gonna take me as I am. You don't find someone else.
The ones that say that are the ones that haven't been picked.
Mm-hmm.
I think the ones that say, "Oh, men don't like women," no, maybe they just don't like you because you haven't been picked. God forgive me for say that, but yes, maybe that's why.
A lot of women nowadays lack that charisma, that like feminine sex appeal. Like, they're not really fun to hang around too much. You feel me? Like. They just be lacking something.
Well, anybody else before we get to the
last? Sometimes they don't need it. Sometimes they don't need it. They can be tomboy as fuck. You'd be like, damn, she's still sexy.
No. It's like it's not like sex appeal. Like a woman that could just.
I know what you're saying. I'm not just. Cool. I feel what you're saying. I said sometimes they don't. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, anybody else before we get to the next subject? No? We'll go to the super chats. Ralph suggests you're earning your stereotype right now. You bothered because Miss Diaz wiped your ass. I like it. And most stereotypes towards us Black people are legit. BK Finance says there's a difference. Not all men hate women. Is woke woman or get a woman men avoid. BK Finance again says, plus, women think highly of themselves and are truly subjective. Why do they care? High Tolerance says, how hard is it putting 2 and 2 together if a man says he's not looking for anything serious? Maury says, let's keep it 100. Men have their goals. Women have their goals. People just like to pretend otherwise. It's childish and disingenuous. Just be honest. Maury says, facts, Anton, you hungry? I'm horny. Just be honest. BK Finest says, let's be truly honest. Women in 2025 still don't know what men really want. This is why women stay single and prefer loneliness. Ronnie GQ says men lie when the woman does want us more. Freedom Land says women will fake the funk if his pockets are plump. Oh, sorry. That's a fact. Okay. Shout out to you guys in the chat. We appreciate you guys. This next topic, men over 40. Anybody over 40 on the panel? Besides Anton?
41.
40, Ty?
41.
The genius? You were 40? Okay,
Nah, I'm 38.
Oh, you 40. Okay. We
Yeah, I be
rounded it
saying
up,
that
buddy.
too. My wife be wanting me to say I'm 38 because I'm not 40 yet, but
We rounded that up. You
right.
40.
I
No,
feel
Okay.
I don't want to
agree.
round it up for you. No. No.
Yeah, let's watch this little clip, you guys.
So I have a theory that if a man has made it to 40 years old and he's never been married, it's because he is incapable of committing. And the reason I think this is because I look around in the world and I'm like, there are so many beautiful, amazing, accomplished, like impressive women walking around here being great. And not one in your 40 plus years of life has ever made you feel like you were ready to commit. And like, even if later on, you know, it doesn't work out and you guys end up divorced or something like that, you know, okay, that's fine. But the fact that you were able to feel the feelings and make the commitment is really important. And I'm suspicious of men who say they haven't felt that yet. Because how? How is that possible?
Okay. Who wants to comment first? Men that are 40 plus, never committed. Are they red flags? Ty scooted away real quickly. I was going to come to him. But since he's not there, the genius?
Yeah, I was married before my wife that I'm married to now, but it was for like it was to help somebody.
You go around?
Huh?
The second go?
Say that again?
Is this your second? This your second time
Yeah,
being
this is my
married?
second time being married. This is a true marriage though. The first time I was married was for someone to keep their kid in the military. I married my friend's sister so she could keep her kid. It was something about.
Why they finesse you into doing that?
Nah, it wasn't a finesse. It wasn't a finesse. Her and her baby. Huh?
How much they pay you?
Oh, she paid me lovely. She paid me like $5,000 a month at it when I was 18.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit, I would have got married too.
$5,000 a month?
Yeah.
More than most people make.
Yeah, nah, she was she's good. She worked for the Pentagon now. But
Don't say her name.
yeah, I ain't dumb. But yeah, I think men who haven't committed to like men who haven't been married is either jaded by women or they do have commitment issues. I can agree with that at some point.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Todd, what do you think?
Wait. Don't pass that. Why? Why do you think that?
Because like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to be like 60, 50? Damn. You know what I mean? When you have problems, can't get it up no more.
Say that they got an issue. I'm not saying that you're right or wrong, but what makes you say that they got an issue?
Commitment issue? Yeah, I mean, like she said, you didn't find not one woman that would make you want to commit to them. Not one. That's you must have something wrong with you.
What if he was committed to his job? What if he was dedicated to building his
that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Let's do the math then. High school 18, master's degree, what's that? 8 more years. So that's what 24, 26. Okay, from 26 to what 40? That's 13 years in your career. You didn't find not one woman.
I'm gonna hold off on what I'm gonna say.
I mean, just because you're married doesn't mean you're committed.
That's
true. True.
Right.
True.
You was an example of that in your first marriage.
Right. They cooked me with the last time I was on the Q show. I made some mistakes. Made a lot of mistakes.
I don't know if I don't know if I could just go off the limb and say that Buddy they scared of commitment or anything. I think it's a variable situation where in 2025 we have to look at where we are in life and where feminism, which I think that lady was a feminist, basically has put us in the mindset of, or in the climate of, where if a man that did do his doctorates and go school for 8 extra years and has built a certain type of fortune, to just go and throw the dice and say, I'm gonna get married to this woman and I hope we don't get a divorce, because if we get a divorce, she's taking half of everything that I worked hard for. I mean, I think it's a little bit more of being cautious than being scared of commitment too, and that plays a part in it also.
But come on now, what abundance of men are just going out to get their doctorate? And I will say this, which is very interesting, that like you had that perspective. I can't see your name, but it was the guy who went to the Chinese food spot. I will say this, my opinion on it. I don't necessarily think that a man who's 40 plus is necessarily a red flag. I think it is contingent upon the reasons why. And I'm gonna be an equal opportunity smoke giver, as Anton would say, because one could say a woman who's over 40 or 30 could be a red flag, and there could be a lot of different reasons as to why a woman is not married or have any children. Maybe that's not something she desires. So I don't necessarily think
women are red flags. I was about to say, if she's 40 and not, I do kind of think that's a red flag. Though.
Even Tamara.
No, there's some women who don't.
What? Oh my
commitment or
gosh.
marriage.
No.
Some women don't desire to marry your kids. I don't understand why.
Why is that?
A hard thing to get.
Right, but that's why I would say that would kind of cause a red flag, because
you see how I gave men the benefit of the doubt.
Somebody else will see Tamara and they would say,
red hot.
Oh my God, she's perfect. She even got the accent.
The accent is doing it.
But see, if you didn't been around the block long enough, or you live long enough, or you've, seen a lot or experienced some stuff, you know that under every hood, it's always something. It's a spark plug that need to be changed. It's something. It's something up with her, and it's not always a bad thing. All of them come with something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think that by default, you got to know that every woman is a red flag before you get into a relationship with them. It just is what it is. And you don't know what it is. She know what it is. She wouldn't reveal it here to me or in public, but she know what her issues are. And they may not be major. It may be a big thing. It may be something that she'd be willing to deal with. But absolutely, I think she got red flags.
So,
wow.
so
when you think about it,
wait. Say what?
When you think about it, though, like I've heard a lot of married people say, you only really get 80% of what you want out of marriage. So you've got to just choose wisely. Everybody's going to have something. Okay. Like we're all weird in some sort of way. So I'm just saying. So
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just know that it's there.
Of course.
I think it's
I'm sure everybody. I'm sure you have red flags. Okay. Like
I got a ton of them.
I think it's
the Q, don't be doing like this.
Who are the women marrying or trying to go after these men that are 40 plus? Are they divorced women? Are they women that haven't been married either and they in their 40s?
Usually aren't men that are older make more money? There's women in their 20s going after 40-year-olds. Ty, you shaking your head. You got 20-year-olds going after you?
It's a double standard.
But I've seen it.
You ain't got no 20-year-olds going after you, Ty.
No, I said I've seen it.
Okay, you've seen it. Is it a lot of women? Why do you think 20-year-olds go after 40-year-olds?
Usually 40-year-olds are established. They already know what they want. They've been in relationships. They learn from failed relationships. A lot of men in their 40s that's not married, they're looking for a wife now. A couple of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you think that men over 40 is red flags?
No.
Are you saying that because you're over 40?
I wouldn't say that. I just think that the way marriage is now, I've seen many men that are my age, older, younger, and they're miserable in their marriage. Mm-hmm. And I just value marriage. I never want to rush into marriage, as you know, we spoke.
Oh, you never been married before, Ty?
I was engaged once, but never married.
Gotcha.
But I hold marriage to a high regard, so I don't want to make a mistake. When I see something that's like I know that's gonna lead to a divorce, I'm not gonna jump into it. So
Ty is basically the guy that the girl is talking about inside of the video.
So he's a red flag.
100%.
But how you know he wasn't divested in his work? Like
I was.
Ty?
Definitely was.
Ty's a Kamala Harris voter.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
Yep, Ty. Yep.
Yeah, I did vote for her.
Yep, Ty, it was you.
I did vote for her. I knew she wasn't gonna win, but I did vote for her.
I know you did.
I just didn't want Trump in there.
I don't think men over 40 that haven't committed or haven't been married is a red flag, but it's a double standard. I think that women that are over 40 that haven't been married, that's a red flag. Men, reversing it on men to give equal parts. Then no, I don't think that's a red flag, because I think that men are more, I think they're okay with the fact of being alone, if that makes sense. I think men have the concept of, if they die alone, Kevin Samuels, if they die alone without a cat, I think they're okay with that.
Yeah,
women,
let me say no, they're not. When we talk about, if we want to talk about end of life, from what I've heard from a lot of people in the medical field, men are typically the loneliest ones. No one ever comes to visit them. Nobody checks on them. Nobody tells them happy birthday, buy them socks and drawers. Whereas women tend to have more community and have more built up than men. I actually think that a lot of women are way more content with being by themselves, especially if they've been married before.
How can they be?
I disagree. Because I disagree, because of when you look at it with the senior citizen, if we've taken it there, senior citizens building, most of the people, the residents that are in a senior citizen building are women. They're not men. So I think men are more content with the fact of being alone at the end of the day than women are. And that's for a purpose. Naturally, you want to be, as a woman, you want to continue your legacy. I don't think men think that way. I think there are men out here in this world who don't desire to be married, who don't desire to have a family, and who don't desire to continue the legacy. And they're perfectly okay with that.
I don't think
women,
that's not. I don't think that's not.
That's my opinion.
Want legacy. That's men. Men are tied to that legacy thing.
But most men would rather. I think there's men that don't care about that. I think there's men that's okay with that.
That's true, Jess. A lot of men would rather have children than be married.
Exactly. So men care more about legacy than women.
Now I'd rather be married.
Yeah, me too.
Have children.
Rather be married and have children. But I think there's some men out here that are okay with the fact of not being married and being alone.
You can't.
Yeah, because they're already getting sex. They're already getting everything from a woman.
Exactly. So they're already getting everything that comes with it without the commitment.
That's why. Now, if we had it where you couldn't have sex, you would be alone. I think more men would be interested in actually being married. But these men are getting the fruits of the labor. Women are having sex, doing stuff that they shouldn't really be doing already. But I don't think in general, long-term men want to be alone. Like there's more women in society. And if you go to those old folks' home, you see those old men like by themselves, just shriveled up. Like it's not, and I go there weekly. So it's like, I don't think nobody wants.
Well, there's more men. There's more women that there's men. There's like 12 women and then 2 men.
Hold on, wait. We all gonna die alone. Let's be clear. I don't know why people keep saying that.
If you're talking semantics,
we're all going to die alone.
But I mean,
so I don't know where y'all keep getting this from.
But we're talking about going throughout life alone, right? Getting through
I think that they're probably
milestones alone.
I think a lot of, for instance, like I have a cousin who's 43. He just turned 43, and he's been single for forever. He's established, got it going on, to be honest. And I always ask him, I'm like, you ain't got no woman? And he was like, no. He's like, I got people I deal with when I want to. He's like, I'm not pressed about that. Like, he's not. And I'm like, do you want kids? And he was like, yeah, one day. And he was like, but I'm not like, he's just living life. He's just like, I'm not really pressed. So I feel like when he wants what he wants, he can get that. And then he's just going about his day. Like, he's not really pressed for it.
But
So
men have that leisure to do that, though. Women don't know.
Oh, for sure.
Marriage just ain't as attractive as it used to
Men,
be
when I say
back
men have
way
to
back
leave
when, though.
doing such, at some point our biological window, man, and that's I will say this too,
Yeah,
just
it's
because they can
opposite.
have kids, that don't mean his sperm is still good. It could be a little stale too, but women are more tied to a biological clock than men are. Men can just move around how they want to move around. I think
It's opposite. We're just opposite when it comes to the
But again, y'all tying it to kids. Kids is a completely separate issue than being alone. Like, I don't think that has anything. One don't have anything to do with the other.
Because I was like, "Do you feel lonely?" And he was like, "No." So I guess it just depends on the person. To be honest,
so I guess my question is the concept of being alone. Is it more acceptable that men accept that fact that, oh, okay, I'm gonna be alone, than women? Because that's where I stand. That's why I said that thing.
Are they really alone though?
I feel like men are more acceptable to accepting the fact. Yeah, I might just be alone.
I think
I'm
that's
okay with
because
that, as opposed to the women. That's why.
I think
men are. Go ahead.
I don't think men are actually appreciated even when they're in relationships, so they feel alone even when they're married or in relationships. So even when they're single, it's kind of like, you know, if I can go out and get sex, and it's like I understand what it is, and it that might be it.
Are you alone?
Huh?
Are you alone?
No, I'm married.
Are you alone in your marriage?
I wouldn't say I'm alone in my marriage, but I think just there's a general sense of, as a man, your wife isn't going to completely understand all the sacrifices you make in order to keep the wheel running. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's vice versa though. That's women. You don't understand your wife fully. It's the same thing.
Oh, I understand. We understand women.
No, y'all don't.
Yeah, we do. We just don't.
No, y'all don't.
You're mistaking. You're mistaking us not understanding you for us not giving a fuck. It's too.
No, Anton, you
No,
might
y'all don't
understand women, but
We
do the
understand.
majority of these men do nowadays?
We understand.
I feel like men
We
understand us
understand.
because they kind of have to in order to even like they have to, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. I feel like men understand us more than we understand them. I feel like
That's a fact.
I don't know why y'all don't think that we understand y'all, just because we again choose to not care as much about the things that you think we should care about versus what we actually think that we should care about. I understand you. I just don't give a fuck.
Can I give an example real quick?
Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm married. I have kids. I have sisters. I have family and stuff. Whenever I get around women, their whole conversation about me and my family is like, are you helping your wife with the kids? Are you changing diapers? Go do this, go do that. But they're never on her about anything that she's doing for me. It's always, I'm the center of, am I doing everything right? But she never gets to smoke. She never gets the heat. And so that's why I feel like it's okay to kind of not appreciate men, not accept the sacrifices that they make, because a lot of women are coddled in society right now that you can't really criticize them. You can't say anything, hold them accountable. But men
children,
get the brunt of the accountability.
Wait, is that her
Can I
side
ask
of
them a
the
question when you get a
family?
chance?
Is that her side of the family telling you that?
What was that?
Is that her side of the family telling you that?
It's a mixture. Some is more direct. I think my family may feel more comfortable saying it, but you know,
But what gives them the right to even say that? Like, one,
Hey,
if
big
y'all
dog,
married.
blink twice if you're in trouble.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think her family or your family has the right to tell you what you should do in your marriage. That's just me.
It's mainly like joking. It's like kind of subtleties. It's not like you need to do this, but it'll be like, the baby pooped. Go change him, Fitz. And it's like, she here too. Or you're not gonna pay for, like, it's certain little things where it's like they're on my neck about something, even if they're joking. But it's like you're never giving that same energy to the woman.
That's because you ain't stood your ground.
Yeah, if you check them once, they wouldn't play with you again.
Can I ask them a question?
If she checked them once, they
that type
wouldn't
of
play with
stuff
you
just
again.
comes with the territory, bro.
That's why you're getting bullied.
You gotta stand your ground, man.
But you know where that stems from, though, and
that's all right. I'm about to start my coaching sessions back.
You know where
we
it
gonna
comes
fix you,
from? A lot of
motherfuckers.
women.
I've been noticing that all of y'all been having issues since I didn't stop coaching. We gonna get y'all back.
Oh, you stopped coaching in general, Anton?
No, I stopped for like I don't know, it might be like 6 months to a year or some shit like that.
That's
maybe
a long
8 months.
time.
Yeah, I know. I had to take some time and get some stuff together. I'm gonna fix the community though. I'm gonna get shit back together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask y'all this then: is it worth me ruining the night because I snap back, or just chilling?
Don't snap. Just hold your ground.
No.
Don't snap. Me and my wife argue about changing the poopy diapers every day, but it's playful banter.
Y'all argue about changing diapers?
Not argue. We go back and forth about it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, after I realized she done changed about 2 or 3, let me get this one. Let me get this 2. You feel me?
Y'all so much better than me. I'll just be leaving and shit.
Oh nah, chill.
And see, that's part of the problem. Men have the
I'm not
leisure of just
arguing with
going to
no
work
chick.
and coming home.
I'm never,
Women don't have
ever,
that same
ever.
leisure.
I'm never listen. I believe that you have to teach the lesson. So I'm willing to make the short-term sacrifice so that I can change you for the better forever. I'm the type of person like y'all niggas is weak for the pussy. That's what it is. If we just really want to get into it, y'all weak for pussy. And so y'all don't want to jack off, you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no thick discipline. They able to leverage pussy in order to try to hold you niggas hostage. And so y'all niggas is out here changing diapers and taking L's in front of their family. And that's what it is that they got y'all by the chokehold because y'all so worried about not being able to get no pussy. And so now, like every other nigga out here in these streets, now y'all have trained them to train you differently. You supposed to train them by not giving a fuck and making sure that they understand that it's a privilege to give you pussy. Like if you haven't changed their mindset to where they want to serve you or they feel as though they don't necessarily get the best out of you unless they serving you, then you're never ever going to be in a position of power in your own relationship. And so y'all sitting there going back and forth about menial shit and going and hey, I'm gonna get it this time and all of that. I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and then that's gonna be the end of the conversation.
So you're not changing the diaper?
If I change,
you would rather leave the house and have your wife
I'm sorry.
dinner all
I
day
would
with
definitely,
the baby, you don't want to
definitely abandon you for about a month in order to teach you a lesson. I swear to God, I would abandon you for a month.
Your wife, you would leave the house to avoid changing a diaper and she's been there all day with the baby.
No, if I change a diaper, it's because I want to. It's because no.
Yo, that is
the why matters. So if I change a diaper, it's gonna be because I want to, because I love playing with my daughter and I just like being in her life. But it's not. It's no. But it's not gonna be because you told me to, and it ain't gonna be because I feel an obligation to make you feel better about it.
What?
It's real. If I change the diaper, it's just because that's the role that I want to play in my daughter's life, and it's not gonna be because
this is why women get divorced.
Your mama not gonna say shit to me. You not gonna say nothing to me, and I dare you to.
This is why women get divorced.
Over diapers not being changed.
Hold on. Let's put it in perspective. This is
it's
why,
deeper than just a diaper.
This is why. No, this is not why women get divorced. Women get divorced.
This is the reason why women file for divorce. Yes, it is.
Nah, this is why women be married for 21 years.
And unhappy.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Listen, I tell you this. Anybody that had never met my wife knows she happier than all of these women.
Anton, you're in a way different situation.
No, stop trying to make excuses for it.
Let's keep it a bug. You're in a way different situation.
No, I'm not in a different situation. I'm a human being. I'm a human being like everybody else.
You're different.
No, you're in a way different situation. Your wife is
not the norm, Anton.
It's not. It don't have nothing to do with
your wife has a lot more luxuries than a lot of other women have.
My wife was with me when I was broke, in 2008. Let's be clear.
Hey,
The luxuries,
But
the luxuries is
even then,
no, stop, because y'all keep trying to act like she didn't always live like this. She didn't. This is not what our life has been as far as luxuries and all of this stuff the whole time. This is stuff that I've grown into. This is not something that I've always had. We was broke. We was living in my mother's basement. So it ain't that. I don't know where y'all keep getting this from. This is not a fairy tale. This is a training. This is a rigorous training schedule that she's had to be on in order for her to get to be the person that she is now.
But I think as a woman, sorry, go ahead.
I just want to speak.
She had $300 rings. Mine was like $75 and hers was like $225 when we first got married. Wasn't no big rocks, wasn't no none of that.
I just want to speak on that. I'm gonna just speak on that because I'm gonna just say this. I had my first kid in 2008. I'm 35 right now. I'm still with the same girl that I had my first kid with. We had 4 kids, and I've done the same exact thing that Anton just said.
Thank you.
I didn't change diapers, bro. I told her straight up, I'm not changing diapers. I'll change
but
it sometimes.
2008?
Yeah, 2008.
You married her?
Yeah, we still together. This is 2000. Yeah. So what I'm saying is
like
yes. But that's the thing I'm saying. At the end of the day, it is a certain boundary that you do have to set up, and it is a certain that's what he's saying is 100% real.
But
the problem is that a lot of women have been able to manipulate certain situations, and they've gotten away with it for so long to where you get to a certain standpoint where it's like, I don't see how this works for this person because it doesn't work for me. And that's really where it's at.
Listen, I need y'all to understand something. We're not saying that we never change diapers.
That's what I was going to say.
What we're saying is that
we understand that
we not bullied, and you're not gonna put me on the motherfucking schedule, and this is not an equalization. Right. What I'm saying is my chick was happy to change diapers because I was working 2 jobs and I was going to school at the same time to go and get that shit. So yeah, she gonna change diapers because I'm trying to make sure that I take over the world. That's the least you can do is change a fucking diaper. The least you can do is to make up the bed.
I mean, I don't know how
the little menial stuff. Listen, what if I equalize what I did and I said, all right, get your ass out there and work and pay half these bills?
A lot of women are doing that though. A lot of women have.
You can't afford to pay the bills I pay.
A lot of women are in 50-50 households with a man who won't change a diaper.
But crazy. They don't want to be that, is what my point is.
That's tough.
They begging to get out of it. They don't want to have to go to work in order to be able to take care of the household.
I mean, I don't know how this turned into a whole Ashanti and Nelly situation, but I mean, it did turn into a whole Ashanti and Nelly situation. But if you knew the man that you married wasn't going to do that, then you can't be complaining about it.
And if that's the reason to divorce him, that's kind of like,
I don't think that's grounds for divorce at all. Like, why the hell?
That's what I'm saying. I would never be like, oh, because you don't change our baby's diaper, especially if the man is working. I feel like as a woman, I was always taught that no matter if you're married, whether you're married or not, when you have a child that is, as a woman, that is your baby. Like, that is your duty as a mother.
That's your baby. I get that.
Man,
I feel like caveat. This is the caveat that I got. Now, depending on what you bring to the table, like what's going on?
Huh? I feel like what he was saying was that, I'll change my daughter's diaper, but you're not gonna tell me to do it. Like, you can't just walk in the room and be like, you need to change the diaper.
Yeah.
That's, I feel like
and see, I'm not unreasonable, right? I'm a benevolent dictator. So here's the thing. Like, if you was to say,
is that an oxymoron?
It's not an oxymoron. I'm a nice king. If you was to say, hey babe, can you go grab her real quick? Can you go grab the baby real quick? And I grab the baby and I see that, and I smell the diaper and I see that the baby diaper need to be changed, and I'm gonna change the diaper. You understand what I'm saying? Like, listen, y'all don't get what y'all want because y'all don't know how to talk to people. Y'all don't know how to talk to me. Y'all don't know how to talk to men. You can get anything you wanted out of him if you wanted it, but you don't know how because y'all too busy snapping y'all neck and twisting y'all fingers. And instead of y'all learning how to figure out how to leverage your femininity to get the best out of him, you want to compete and you want to tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. I will walk out the house for a month straight. I promise to God, and I will not call you. I will walk out for a month straight and I will not call you. And I will wait till you break.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing no games. I'm not going to sit here and subject myself to it. The word says it's better to sleep on your roof than to deal with a quarrelsome woman. I'm not dealing with no quarrelsome woman. I got to battle the world and you telling me I got to battle you too? Fuck you. That's how I move. Now, let me preface this. Let me preface this by saying, let me preface
You're
this
not
by
expected to, you're not expected.
Let me preface this by saying,
can you help?
Let me preface this by saying, I don't want you niggas to crash out trying to take my philosophy. You're gonna have to ease your way into this shit. All right. I want you niggas coming to me talking about Anton said, no, I didn't. I'm telling you what I do. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna give you the blueprint on how you can move a little bit differently, and you're gonna have to ease your way into it. Don't jump right into it and give it the switcheroo, because you're not in that place yet. But we're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you there. Okay. Talking about Anton said don't check. Nah, nigga, I didn't say that.
As you say, you're not the norm, Anton.
Nah, but it's mostly done like how you said. If he come to me and I smell a poopy, I'm gonna change it. But like, you know, sometimes I'll smell a poopy and I'll be like, yo, babe, come change the diaper, man. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, if she cooking and shit and I smell it, I'm gonna do it. You feel me? Yeah, I mean, no, she ain't telling me nothing. She can ask, but she ain't telling me nothing. That's for sure.
I think it goes beyond the diaper when you really think about it, though. It's just about respect, and men typically want respect.
Where are you from?
Love. Where am I from?
Yeah, Texas.
I'm from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, above okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why you want to know where she's from?
It's the accent, man.
Why you want to know where she's from?
It's cool. It's actually sexy. I ain't gonna hold you. It's the way she speaks.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
What else you want to know about her?
That's it, Anton. Chill, my wife over there. Chill.
I just want to know who we doing. You know.
That's it. Just know where she from. That's it.
I didn't know if you was trying to switch things up or not.
Nah. I'll leave that to you.
I'm chilling.
Anton, I do want to say your chat is very nice. You've got a lot of lovely people in the chat, and I want to say thanks for all the nice compliments that I've been seeing throughout the show. Y'all
You
can
said
always.
You're from Oklahoma?
Yes, I was born and raised here. Yes, Oklahoma.
You said you was in a relationship, right?
Actually, I'm recently now single. Yeah. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got a show online?
I do. It's called the Tamara Neely Show. It's on YouTube. I would love to have you on.
Oh yeah. All right, bet. We gonna make that work. Send me a don't email. Send me a DM. We'll figure it out.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, baby.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else before I get to the super chats? No.
I'm on my show too, Anton.
You ain't got no breasts.
Not no breasts is crazy.
All right, we're gonna think about it. You can send me an email.
We only got 20 super chats. I'll get through them quick. Ralph says, Jess, you're earning your stereotype right now. I already read that. I think I read some of these. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's just go. Ronnie G.
Wait, hold on. You still talk to your ex?
I do not. No.
Amen. Block him, girl.
Okay,
so what are you gonna do when he see you on my channel and hanging with me?
I don't know how he'll feel about that because my ex my ex is very like alpha like yourself, very wealthy as well. So I mean, he may feel ways seeing me with other on the show, but he'll get over it.
Yeah, I like that. I like your attitude. We'll figure it out. All right.
Okay, to start us off, I already read that one. Brandon Nesbitt says, Brittany and Jess for her competition. Who comes out ahead? The both have amazing foresight. They should put their heads together. Daddy and the Caddy says, Tamara has lassoed my heart. Yeehaw. Jaquin says, semantics are important. Men are content with dying alone, but they don't die lonely. Women are more social creatures than men. They're more likely to feel lonely when cut off. Even men who get none are still okay being alone. Jaquin Rice again says, facts. Men are more understanding of women by default because they have to be in order to attract women. Q, gotta stop making silly equivalencies. Bess Jenkins says, while some men aren't marriage material, this red flag is to shame men for women's failure. Women's happiness and health are abysmal without marriage. High Tolerance says, I scrolled down too much. Baby's going to be like, the hell with y'all playing tit for tat while I got a pissy and shitty diaper. Titty and a Caddy says, men change tires, not diapers. Bredick says, they don't want to do what Rita had to do, but want what Rita got. That goal post be shifting hard. Zero Fallout 1 says, stop it. Most relationships, the men pay more. Get that 50-50 BS out of here. The facts are women are lazy. The easier we made their lives, the less they want to do. This helping them is a pissy-ish test. Puss Jenkins says, women stress because work and kids. Men stress because women. Quinn says, Oklahomians don't want you, bro. Shout out to you guys in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Hit the like button. Before we leave, we're going to have the people on the panel shout out their channels so you can go ahead and follow them. Let's start with Ty Banks. Go ahead, Ty.
Ty Banks. You can follow me on IG, Ty Banks Live, and appreciate y'all for having me. Thank you.
Okay,
right,
Tamara.
My channel's called The Tamara Neely Show. You guys can check me out on YouTube. Also, I'm on Instagram at Tamara Neely. And thank you so much, Anton, for having me on. Appreciate it.
Q, make sure you get her back. I like her.
Okay. Fitz.
I got a YouTube channel, Fitz Uncensored. I do reactions, cover Black culture, all that stuff, skits, and I'm also on Instagram at Fitz Uncensored. Check me out. And appreciate the opportunity to be on.
No, for real, Fitz. Send me an email. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna pull up.
What's your email? Is it
Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com.
You know you watch Anton.
I don't know the email.
Oh no, it's in this. If you want to email Anton, yeah, guys, or send him clips, it's in the description of all his channels.
Yeah, or you can just go to my website, antondaniels.com, and just.
All right, appreciate it.
Okay, Brittany, you don't want to be found, do you?
No, but I appreciate you guys for having me as always. It was fun.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting you all.
You're welcome. Genius.
Yeah, my Instagram right here. So.
Okay, Carmen.
Instagram, Carmen.ds. 92.
Okay, Jay.
Jay is Jay Caesar on YouTube. I do a little podcast. Talk about relationship dynamics, Black culture, things of that nature, reactions and things like that. Check me out. Hopefully I can be back on the show again. See y'all again soon.
Yeah, you're cool. I like y'all. Everybody here was dope. Everybody's dope.
Jay,
yo,
you don't do a little podcast, bro. You do a podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
You right.
It's been cooking today.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we gotta call him Rafael De La Gato.
Fish been cooking today. I ain't even gonna cap. Fish is doing your thing.
Jazz, no disrespect. I still like you. Don't hate me. We disagree.
Don't read too much into it. By the time I get off of here, I'm about to lay me in the bed and find me a snack. I won't be thinking about this.
Exactly.
But
people
I'm just like Anton. I got some dukes with Anton. I got some dukes with you, and I got some dukes with Carmine. But it's true.
With me? I didn't do nothing.
Yeah, Anton.
Some dukes.
I
didn't do nothing. What I do?
She ain't get that cyber.
Y'all know where to find me.
Yep. Thank you, guys. If you're interested in joining the panel, again, you got to hit me up, not Anton. He's not going to respond back to you. Just put panel. And fellas, if you've been on here already, please be patient. I'm trying to trickle through new men. Ladies, don't be scared to come on the panel, okay? Just hit me up. But we definitely tune in tomorrow, the Million and Morning Show with Anton. Any other announcements, Anton?
Nah, I just appreciate y'all for coming through. We had over 3,000 in here, and I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was going to be a slow burn and a ramp up again. But y'all came through. Y'all showed love. Y'all show love to us everywhere we go. And so we building something new. I got a bunch of stuff up my sleeve, and we going to do what we do. So I just appreciate y'all. That's it. I'm always loving y'all and appreciating everybody that pull up.
Yep. Well, thank you. And we appreciate everybody that's in the chat that watched this. As I said, follow the content creators, show love, but don't be mean to these people, you guys. And then until next time, we'll be back here next Monday. So till the next day. Bye, guys.
Good night, y'all. Good night. Good night.
Good night, y'all.